Good morning, everyone. Hemantji, you want to start?
Yeah, I think, let us start.
Yeah, let's start.
Okay, good morning. A very warm welcome to all participants. Myself, Hemant Mehta, think tank multidisciplinary global platform chapter leader, welcomes you all to Think Tank Global Conclave for India Growth Story and Meet the Expert series, convening the details of IBC Think Tank, Financial Reporting Think Tank, RERA Cooperative Think Tank, FAFT, ISA Think Tank, Valuation Think Tank, IPO Think Tank, and Capital Market Think Tank. As a major part of Think Tank at the rate Vivek Patra, Vivek in Sanskrit means knowledge and wisdom. Patra is an innovative news updates containing slides of sharing latest development and real life examples by CEO, CXO, CFO, specialists, and professionals with global experience. Today, we have Think Tank multidisciplinary global platform specialist meeting for all stakeholders in finance, corporate affairs, industry, and professions. Think Tank has been in existence since over a decade. Idea conceived somewhere in January 1991 to have a conference on conclave with CEO, CXO, CFO, panelists, and specialists, sharing their experience and real life examples. Our panelists are finance leaders working in reputed companies or professions since many years and have deep domain knowledge. Think Tank platform now digital has got overwhelming response globally on digital medium and expanding rapidly through LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. Our panelists and experts have rich experience in industry and profession who have done IC, ICA, EW, CPA, CFA, the IIM, CA, CS, CMA, ISA, DISA, FRM, IFRS, BTech, Masters, PhD, sharing, etc. Sharing experiences, knowledge, wisdom, trading as a reach out initiative globally. You can visit our website www.thinktank.co.in, and in spite of limited resources, we try to cover majority of things over there. Due to overwhelming response to our annual report, company corporate strategy and ESG, we have announced 6P awards and recognition. 6P stand for profit, people, planet, professional, powerful, influence, and platforms. For corporate annual report, analyst, professional achievers, CEO, CXO, CFO, with a very respected jury, with rich experience in interaction with the stakeholders and boards. Uh, their recognition and awards would be announced with a rigorous process of scrutiny and choice and interaction with the participant, and would be given digitally and if possible in a well located auditorium in Mumbai like Yogi Sabhagra or similar kind of facilities where available when available subject to pandemic rules. As participant, we are aware recently we have launched a much awaited referencer, a type of newsletter approximately titled as Think Tank at the rate Vivek Patra, India Growth Story, a comprehensive conference material compilation over 600 pages sharing experiences by CEO, CXO, CFO specialist with latest development and cities in blocking, regulatory fraud, financial reporting, IND-AS, IBC taxation, digital capital market, technical analysis, ISA, bank audit, cooperative societies, RERA, corporate affairs would be available for subscription, and any ethical contributions by well-wishers, etc. We will also be covering important and latest development as suggested by many participants in coming weeks. Example, valuations and financial modeling, health is wealth, cyber security, blockchain, MSME, etc. Request all to subscribe to Think Tank YouTube channel for watching summits, conclave webinars, and join, connect, and network on Think Tank webinars group group on LinkedIn and Facebook pages, Telegram channels, specially created on suggestions of many participants and panelists. We once again welcome all members and panel sharings a few insights. We once again welcome all the members and panels. I especially thank my colleagues in the digital global team: Anupam, Aditya, Ajay, Anurag, Archana, Ashwari, Mitesh, Mihir, Malvika, Nipun, Nischal, Pramod, Praveen, Rakesh, Rucha, Pramod, Arkanan, Sir, Manish, Santosh, Subrat, Snehal, Sandeep, Vijay, Vikas, Yogesh, and others for regularly contributing to Think Tank at the rate Vivek Patra. Today we have an excellent think tank multidisciplinary platform seminar, eminent stalwarts and specialists sharing experience and latest development. Let us interact. Let us have it an interactive event. Thank you, and I once again welcome you all on behalf of Think Tank. And today we have a very special person or expert who is expert in RERA. If you call about whether it is a cooperative society or RERA, one name will definitely come to you in mind, and that is Mr. Prabhu, Suresh Prabhu, CA Suresh Prabhu. So I request Manoj ji to carry forward this session ahead. Manoj ji, please.
Thank you very much, Heman Bhai. It is indeed a delight to be with you and other participants. Regular knowledge sharing, experience sharing for the India growth story. Wonderful sessions on this auspicious day and festival season. I personally wish happy Ganesh Chaturthi season to all. It's indeed a wonderful, excellent atmosphere, and so many devotees of Lord Ganesha are gathering here. Wonderful session. Mr. Sanjeev Vora has taken initiative once again to be the organizer of this special event. Mr. Dilip Agarwal, are you here? Can we have videos of everybody, please? Dilip Agarwal mentions several months ago of the special session he wanted to be a part of as a coordinator for the RERA book launch. It is being today in this great session for the book launch at the hands of Mr. Ramesh Prabhu, outstanding stalwart and expert in the realm of RERA. RERA just came in now. Mr. Ramesh Prabhu has been instrumental in the formation of RERA, has been interacting with various ministry level officials, ministers, giving suggestion continuously, looking at flat owners, their views, their issues, how each person can benefit, and bringing all flat owners together, residents of society, to see corporate democracy, cooperative society democracy, and everyone can benefit by simpler, easier resolutions with easier compliance, and what more than knowledge sharing with a launch of a special 1600-page compilation which Mr. Ramesh Prabhu will share how much pains it has taken to bring this for the benefit of all consumers who stay in various societies, apartment ownership, condominiums, and take forward the India growth story for the real estate sector. the time has come for a major turnaround. Everybody knows what has happened in the last 10 to 12 years of slowdown in the real estate sector. Many old buildings and many buildings need either reconstruction or redevelopment. They need extra space. Families have grown, expectations have grown. Development for the India growth story, which can happen, experience sharing, knowledge sharing. Mr. Jitender Kothari is also with us here. Jitender, can you turn your video on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wonderful to have you out here. Yeah, coordinator for the Andheri Oshiwara Study Circle and specialist in personal insolvency processes, right? And known for handling very, very big and the famous clients, and also in the field of taxation and finance. Good to have you here, Mr. Jitender Kothari.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jitender, you have suggested a series on personal insolvency, on which you would also share your expertise today after the excellent interactive session of Mr. Ramesh Prabhu. Manish? Here with us, deep dive into valuations, startups, valuation trends, a regular series. Indeed, a delight to be with all of you. Sanjeev? Are you there?
Yes, good morning, Manoj. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Ganesh Vandana session. It is your day. It is your session. You are the organizer for today's event. So over to you for give your inaugural address and invite all the speakers and participants in your own sweet way with a special song dedicated to Lord Ganesha and a couple of songs during interval sessions. Yes, let's all join hands together.
Good morning, all. Happy Ganesh Festival to all. And it gives me immense pleasure to attend today's webinar because CA Ramesh Prabhu, I know him very well since many years, and he has been imparting, sharing knowledge to all of us. And today we are going to have again his session. He is having a big organization where he has a team of staff, large staff. His organization is well spread, and I know him since many years. So it will be real, not only it will be infotainment, I would say, it would be like knowledge sharing today for all of us, for all our professional brothers and all those attending in today's webinar. It would be really wonderful. And since Ganesh Chaturthi festival is going on, Ganesh festival is going on, so we would like to, just as any good thing has to start with Ganesh Vandana, so today's webinar also, I would like to not sing Aarti now, but then I would say, since we want to, for paucity of time, so we will say, Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Dev, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. So, welcome, CA Ramesh Prabhu, sir. And thank you, Manoj, and thank you, webinars. And let's start the wonderful session of CA Ramesh Prabhu, sir. Good morning. Good morning, all. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, all of you. So, Manoj, you go ahead.
It's your day, Mr. Sanjeev Vora's day, and everybody has high expectations from the experts who are regularly contributing to the Wisdom series for India Growth Story. In your own way, you share with us in an interactive way the latest developments and special launch at your hands in the auspicious day, along with all the experts and speakers who have gathered here.
Yeah, Thank you, Manoj Alimchandani, as well as all the participants and the core team of Think Tank, especially Hemant Mehta, Manish Sanghvi, and of course Sanjeev Ora, Dilip Agarwal, all the participants. Now, today the session, of course, is going to be more concentrated on RERA. And when there is a real estate, naturally redevelopment will be a part of that. And redevelopment of what? Naturally housing societies. So therefore, all the three things have been combined here. Of course, when we talk about RERA, the Maharashtra has been a pioneer where we have seen a lot of activities have happened. Now, without wasting much of time, since I have some throat issues, challenges, still, since I have committed that I will be, delivering a talk, so I am here. I have requested Dilip Agarwal to present the slide which I have prepared, and wherever you have any questions, definitely I will intervene and try to answer. Now, coming to the point, how much time, Manoj, I have? 1 hour?
You have unlimited time, unlimited interaction. 1 hour, you can do a presentation as planned by you. And there is unlimited time for interaction because it's a very, very important session. And the session can go long as the participants want.
Yeah.
You have suggested all questions will be answered and all deep dive issues will be discussed. Mr. Dilip Agarwal also want to share his insights after you. And there are so many participants, so many contributors.
Yeah, sure. So we'll definitely take care. And as early as possible, I will complete my presentation. And of course, as I said, I have been asked by the doctor to take voice rest because of continuous webinars that I have been conducting. However, as promised, I have prepared a presentation which Dilip Agarwal will give on my behalf. And as I said, what we will do is we'll do it as an interactive session. Each slide, after a few slides, definitely we'll stop, maybe after every 15 minutes, so that if there are any questions, you can put in the chat box and we'll definitely try to address that. And if somebody wants to, of course, unmute and speak, they are most welcome. So Dilip ji, over to you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity on this Think Tank global platform. Thank you. Yeah, you are not audible. Dilip, you are not audible. No, you are not audible. No, not at all audible. No, Dilip ji, you are not audible. Okay, I think there is some issue with him. So what I will do is you can just allow me to share the screen. Have you made a co-host?
Yes, Prabhu sir, आपको co-host बनाए. You must have been made a co-host.
Okay,
So
okay. I'll just do that. Yeah. Okay. I think you are able to see this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So today we are talking about RERA manual cum reference. And of course, we'll have interactive session. And this is a Vivek in Sanskrit, means knowledge and wisdom. Yes, it is a multidisciplinary team which is doing this. It is available on the YouTube Think Tank webinars. These are the various team members. Now, as I said, today I will be dealing with the RERA law and practice manual launch, RERA latest development, redevelopment, self-development, which is a part of RERA, cooperative law, case studies, life examples, and FAQs. So this is a book which has been authored by the nearly 105 contributors. This is published by WRC. The Real Estate Regulatory Act, along with rules, regulation, notification, circulars, relevant case laws, SOPs, and FAQs. The aim of this book is, the manual is to organize and learning of RERA implementation since inception. since the beginning. Sanjeev ji, can you read it for
Yeah.
me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. To organize the learnings of RERA implementation since its inception and correlating the legal provisions such as its circulars, orders, etc., to give a complete picture of the law and practice perspective. Book incorporates the perspectives of the following shareholders: representatives of self-regulating organizations, Brihan Mumbai Developers Association, CREDAI, MCHI, NARE, NAREDCO, and Builders Association of India. Representatives of Association of LOTs and professional bodies, PITA, Bar Association of RERA and members of WRC of ICAI, Mumbai Grahak Panchayat, Confederation of Residents Welfare Association, Maharashtra Cooperative Housing Federation Limited, Maharashtra Societies Welfare Association, Mumbai District Cooperative Housing Federation, Women Legal Forum for Cooperative Housing Societies, Engineers Associations.
Yeah, I just want to say that this book, as the practical in-depth experience of all these fellow organizations. So it is not done only by one stakeholders, various stakeholders. PITA means Practicing Engineers Architect Town Planners Association of India, where engineers, architect, town planners are involved. And housing societies, associations, Mumbai Grahak Panchayat, engineers, everybody has contributed in this book. Yeah.
Yes. This book will be helpful to the following: chartered accountants, advocates, promoters and investors, real estate agents, LOTs including Association of LOTs, flat panchayats, policy makers, RERA authorities, and officials from the RERA Appellate Tribunal, engineers, contractors and architects, project management consultants, developers and development managers.
So if you look at this book, this is definitely going to be helpful to each and every person. When we say that it has got 1,600 to 700 pages, it has the experience of all these stakeholders. Yeah.
The second edition, authored by the study group of industry experts and representatives from all stakeholders, constituted by WRC of ICAI, edited by CA Ramesh Prabhu, co-edited by CA Kaushik Sampat, reviewed under the guidance of Honorable Shri S.S. Sanghavi, S.S. Sandhu, Member Maha, then Shri Gautam Chatterjee is first chairman of RERA, Shri Sumant Pole, ex-judicial member, RERA Appellate Tribunal, Shri B.D. Kapadnis, ex-member, RERA, Shri D.R.
Hardare,
Chief Technical Head, RERA, and total 105 industry experts have contributed.
Just to give you a glimpse of the authors. These authors are not only chartered accountants, advocates, solicitor, the builders, or associates, Mumbai Grahak Panchayat, various people. Even the authorities like Appellate Tribunal member, who is still a judge, is one of the guidance who has given. Then Gautam Chatterjee, who is the first chairman, who has put in 5 years of his experience in making RERA live in Maharashtra, and which is followed by various states. He also has contributed. He had given a very good, guidance to us. Then, of course, Sumant Pole, who is a judicial member in the appellate tribunal. Kapadnis, who is a district judge, retired, and he was a RERA member, judicial member. So this way, Hardare, who is a chief technical head, who is right now in the RERA, also has given his insights. So the book has been, it was a Hercules task for us to get all 105 people together and work on it, and it took about 4 months. But the book definitely has very good insight. Shashi Menon has raised the hand. Shashi, can you ask your question? Shashi Menon, you want to ask something? You can unmute and ask. Yes, Shashi.
It's not audible.
Okay. We'll go further. Sanjeev ji, next.
Yes. Coverage of each aspect of real estate transactions with the following features: necessary legal provisions, steps, and prescribed procedures for compliance, standard operating procedures, the consequential risk of
Inviting panel actions.
Violation and inviting panel actions. FAQs and the judicial rulings have been included to make the manual relevant and practice-oriented, covering representation aspects of appearing before the real estate regulatory authority, adjudicating officer, real estate appellate tribunal. Really, from reading this, Prabhu sir, I find this book is a must for every professional, I would say. Yeah. Practical manual in simple language with the discussion of the provisions along with rules, orders, regulations, and applicable circulars for each particular chapter.
I just would like to say here that the manual has 75 chapters, which are divided into 10 different segments, rather parts. Now, in each chapter, what we have done is each practice oriented for that particular chapter has been concentrated, and relevant provisions of various act, rules, regulations have been brought in. Yeah.
Practical ready referencer. The various formats, drafts, and specimens are included in the manual, where the practitioner may accordingly decide to change the draft, considering the facts and the relief claimed.
See what happens normally in a practice manual, we need to give number of formats. So how to make a complaint, how to make an appeal, how to represent, what should be the written arguments, everything, a specimen has been given. One could, understand the context, and looking at the facts can a little bit modify, but the structure can be maintained. So this is how a practical approach has been given in this manual.
Yeah. I think this is very 360 degrees covering of legal and practical aspects of Maharashtra RERA with other legal. If you could help me, sir.
Legal provisions
affecting the real estate transactions, such as Income Tax Act, Goods and Services Tax Act. Could you, sir, please excuse me, because for me, it's.
I understand. You can just talk to Dilip if he's there. So, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code.
Yes.
Consumer Protection Act.
Right.
Maharashtra Ownership Flat Act, Maharashtra Apartment Ownership Act, Transfer of Property Act, Stamp Act, Registration Act, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Foreign Exchange Management, Maharashtra Regional Town Planning Act, Development Control and Promotion Regulations. So, which means it is not that only RERA it has covered. Along with the RERA, the peripheral law, which is also affecting the real estate transaction, has been covered to give us a 360-degree coverage of legal and practical aspect. What happens is, if a consultant, a chartered accountant want to refer any manual, he cannot be restricting himself only to RERA, because RERA section 88 says there are other laws which are prevailing that also need to be taken into account. And therefore, a practitioner will need to know about the income tax, GST, and Consumer Protection Act, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, because these are all affecting the real estate developers and especially even to the allottees. So we have tried to cover the various aspects to the practitioners. Yeah. So yes, sir.
The detailed contents of the book are as follows.
Yeah, as I said, the book has been divided into 10 parts. So each part is further subdivided into separate chapters. So if you look at each chapter, you will understand, even by reading the content, you will understand how deeply one has got into it. Otherwise, the chapters are always practice oriented. Yes, so now let us start with the general, which is applicable to all the stakeholders. Yeah.
Now, sir, what I think, let them buy this book, because if I read all this part 1 and part 10, or
yeah, I understand. So what we'll do, you can read only the first part, then
yes,
rest of the things let them read it, and then we'll go to the next part. Yeah.
Yes.
Part 1 is general, applicable to all the stakeholders. Yeah.
And
part 2,
what I would suggest, part 2
is
would
for
be
promoters, from the promoter's perspective. There are about 17 chapters from the promoter's perspective. Right. Then let us come to the part 3, which is agent's perspective.
Right. From the real estate perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. 4.
Then audit LOTs of flats, I would say that. Okay. From the LOTs and the Association of LOTs perspective. LOTs, what we would say rather?
Purchasers, flat purchasers.
Flat purchasers, right. Then professional. From professional perspective for CAs, advocates, engineers, architects. So really this is wonderful. Yeah. Then,
everything has been covered with the practical insights.
Right.
Then
part 6, redressal system, complaint, appeal, second appeal, continuation forum. Really, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, Dilip has come.
Very good. Yeah. Welcome,
Dilip.
Dilip.
Are you able to speak? Okay. Next is part 7.
Taxation.
Which is related to taxation.
All this is relevant. Yeah, income tax, GST, stamp duty, and registration.
Yeah.
Then part 8, all allied laws are also covered. Other allied laws like MRTP,
DCPR, Development Control and Promotion Regulation. MRTP means Maharashtra Regional Town Planning Act. IBC means Insolvency Bankruptcy Code, Consumer Protection Act. So all the various laws which is connected with the real estate is given in part 8. Part 9.
Miscellaneous topics related to real estate, rulings and redevelopment.
This is another topic where we have tried to cover up in last 5 years whatever rulings have come from Supreme Court, High Court, and the RERA and Appellate Tribunal, and then of course Society Redevelopment and its rulings.
And part 10.
Part 10 has got 14 chapters, which has got BAR Acts. These are all BAR Acts of rules, BAR Act, rules, BAR rules, notifications, circulars, which are very important, which are issued by RERA. See, if you look at the book, it has been concentrated only for Maharashtra. The reason being, it is a state implementing agency is the state. So if it is a state oriented, why not concentrate only on one state? And Maharashtra being a pioneer state, and we are in Maharashtra, we thought of this. And in the similar pattern, we are also going to publish Gujarat RERA practice manual. Yeah. So these are the part 10. There are 14 chapters, as I said. Now, Dilip, are you there?
I think he is having some technical issues, maybe. Otherwise, he would have. It's not audible.
Okay. Now, today's topic is impact of RERA. When we talk about impact, the impact can be of 4 parts. I have made into 4 parts. One impact could be on accounting impact, because that is where we chartered accountants are more involved. And as a promoter also he is involved. Second is income tax impact. And third is GST impact. And the last is audit impact. So these are the 4 pillars of the practice which a chartered accountants are involved. And of course, this is where the regulations come in. And based on this, of course, other multidisciplinary like advocate, chartered accountant, or solicitors may be involved. So we will discuss on each of the impact minutely. So let us go with Sanjeev first. Impact. Yeah. Why RERA or the real estate has a different impact? What is the distinct and unique features of real estate? Yeah, Sanjeev, one by one.
Oh, 1 second.
Yeah.
I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Central Council member, Mr. NC Hegde. He has joined on the request of Mr. Sanjeev Manmohan Vora. It's indeed a delight to have Mr. NC Hegde. I think he has been instrumental in the India growth story, working continuously, traveling all over the world. And NC Hegde Sahib, can you turn on the video and share a few thoughts?
Welcome, Mr. Hegde. It's a pleasure to have you.
Hegde sir. I think his audio is not there. NC Hegde joined, but his audio is not there. So
I think
there is some.
Yeah.
So we'll continue with our this one. As and when the audio comes, we will definitely request him to give his deliberation.
Yeah, he'll come back soon and share his few thoughts. He is doing a lot of good work on the India growth story and also on the taxation front.
Yeah. So then we will start with the unique features of the real estate. Yeah.
I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Sandeep Bhatt. He is a veteran with lots of experience as a CFO, CXO, and director in top companies like Aditya Birla, CLSA, ABN AMRO. He has joined us and a lot of deep interest in think tank Vivek Patra, particularly as far as redevelopment, self-development is concerned.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mr. Bhatt.
Welcome.
Mr. Bhatt, just put on a video on. Feel free to interact in your expert way as usual. Any issue, your thoughts on RERA, self-development, redevelopment, financial markets, global markets. Everybody is looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the invitation as well as my joining. I'll, as and when required, I'll put up questions or interject with my comments.
Wonderful. Mr. Shashikant Barve, former CFO of Tata BlueScope with a lot of rich experience in Kirloskar, Cummins Group, Raptocus Bread, and chairman of Pune branch, 2 times regional council member, 2 times central council member, and a very deep dive interest and a very good knowledge about RTI and annual accounts, awards, deep dive. Welcome, Mr. Barve. Good to see you here. Mr. Barve, a few thoughts from you on the India growth story and a collection of CFOs and directors and eminent experts out here to discuss the India growth story and developments. Along with Mr. NC, chairman of the Direct Tax Committee, who has taken the India growth story forward in the whole globe. And India, today we are the fastest growing economy in the world, and we would be becoming the top 3 economies in terms of GDP. Of course, we are number one as far as values and ethics are concerned. We need a deep dive into all issues to become better and better. Mr. Barve Sahab, a few thoughts from you.
Thank you, Manoj. Last week, I had delivered a lecture on the accounting issues of ICAI, HO, of WIRC, and the various problems faced by the citizens in getting information under RTI Act. I think the work which is being done by think tank is wonderful work which will help a lot to the members. I'm listening to the deliberations. Wherever necessary, if I have any doubt, I will log in. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Barve. And Manoj, I think it's better that we continue with
RERA, redevelopment, everybody is looking forward to it. Lots of people have queries, the latest one.
Prabhu, sir, because out of his busy schedule, he has made it today. It's really a good pleasure.
Yeah. So unique features of real estate is very important to understand, whether it is related to redevelopment, self-redevelopment, or RERA practice. Because once we understand the unique features, then the rest of the practice area becomes easier. Sanjeev, can you read it?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Durability is one feature. Real estate investments can be extremely durable and build multi-generational wealth. So, you want me to read one by one and then you give
Correct.
If you want
one by one you can read.
High risk area, large number of frauds being highlighted on periodic basis. This is the main reason why RERA has come in. Illiquid nature industry, real estate is considered illiquid because it can't be easily sold. Delay in delivery of projects, high startup costs, lack of transparency. Real estate works very differently. When an investor buys a property, there is a risk that the seller is hiding information, right? Then diversion of funds. For one project he would have taken, but he would be using it for, so that also RERA has that. And then high level of uncertainties in management estimates.
If you look at all this is where the unique nature of real estate has made the life of investors miserable, or the flat a lot is miserable. And therefore the RERA has come in to plug all these loopholes. Considering especially in the north, the way unscrupulous developers were taking consumers for a ride, that is where the RERA has come in. And considering all this, the transparency and efficiencies are being projected under RERA. So let us see how this is happening next. So when I say all this, in order to plug it, what we have done is we have made into 3 sections how this RERA has been impacting. The key impact area could be areas and imperatives for successful transition. From unregulated to the regulated regime, how it is going. Then what is the business process? And the third is how this is going to impact the entire overall industry. Dilip ji, there is a lot of disturbance.
I think,
Can you now read it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Key impact areas and
Dilip, would you like to say?
Welcome, Dilip. That's a good thing, Dilip.
Sir, am I audible now, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I joined from the mobile. My laptop is not working. I was listening but not communicating. Okay. Now let us see the section 1 area, key impact area and imperatives for successful transition. These are whatever sir has said. Let me, before the session I can start, let me say a few words about Sir Prabhu sir. He's got throat infection, not now, maybe around 2 months back. But in the meantime, he has developed so many speakers' voice for this real estate sector, RERA, and many other acts under this applicable sector, so that everyone is sharing knowledge amongst various community, various stakeholders. and all are benefiting with his expert knowledge. And still he is the main editor for the RERA manual and refresher published by WRC. And we are feeling proud that he's always with us. Even today, he may not be having a clear throat, but he's with us and supported that each and every question he will answer personally. Thank you, Prabhu sir, for your commitment. Now, if say we have whatever time slot we are set, but we have 136 slides. I would like to share something. Right now the practical aspects. This platform is mainly of CFOs and those people from the industry. I would like to share something which is of your interest. Nowadays, if you look at what's going on currently. Currently, if you look at RERA has completed around more than 4 years. 1st May 2017, RERA was started, and till now 4 years is completed. And now there are teething issues coming up. RERA sticks are to be sharpened. And now a new chairperson has joined here in MahaRERA, and he could sense that. And now, once he joined last 2 months back, thereafter around 18 circulars he has issued to resolve some practical issues so that the RERA should still be truthful rather than toothless. And there are certain issues to be resolved by central government or state government, and he has forwarded very strongly and following up, and possibly shortly in a next budget or sometime, there can be some changes in the RERA so that it can be taking up. Right now, if you look at, there are 5,500 stalled projects. And if you could see last month, chairperson had declared lapsed project 541. And this was the first step he took. Lapsed project means people cannot sell. Those promoters who are the promoter of those projects, they cannot collect money from any LOTs. They cannot sell any of the flats, unsold inventories. Those are the huge impact, because having project installed, still the promoter was selling and collecting money from the LOTs wherever he was. But now MahaRERA chairman and the other person working under him are very particular, and he has given the open hand to the professionals. Please come out with your schemes. If any stall project or such lapse project can be revamped, and some of the investors are ready to take up, and we are here to support so that the stall projects can get complete. And I can also request Prabhu sir at this point to share your experience, because he is one of the professionals where he has completed such stall projects. There was no chance of such stall projects could have been started. And Prabhu sir has taken such initiative which was not defined anywhere in the Act. But practically, he approached MahaRERA with some solutions through the association of LOTs, and those projects at Bhandup and Mulund, at Borivali. Prabhu sir, can you share your experience about that? That can be value creation for the members.
Yeah, certainly. What we have done as far as real estate is concerned, the challenge is around 3,800 projects have lapsed now. Now, when we say projects are lapsed, which means, as Dilip has rightly pointed out, the projects which were supposed to be completed within a particular time frame has not been done by the promoter. And therefore, the projects have become stalled. Now, practically, the RERA has come in to see that if the projects are not done by the promoter, that project will be taken over by RERA under Section 8 of RERA, and then it will be handed over to the Aswin allotee to complete the same. So therefore, what we did is, in the last 5 years, from our side, we have completed, or rather in the process of completing, about 6 stalled projects. I'll try to name one by one so that we understand how practically a stalled project can be managed. I'll give the first example, which of course is known to everyone, that is of Mehul Choksi. Mehul Choksi is wanted by the entire world and including India, of course. Now we had a project which was started by Mehul Choksi in the year 2010. Nearly 155 flats, and those flats, out of that 100 flats were sold, 55 flats were retained by the, of course, Mehul Choksi, and it was given to the contractor under the barter. But the contractor had not completed the project. So therefore, ED attached all 55 flats. The BMC taxes were not paid. That was accordingly BMC attached the property. The entire project, which is in Borivali, called Tattva, Gitanjali Tattva project at just near Tata Motors or opposite to National Park Highway. This project of around 6,500 square meter, 155. Each flat is costing not less than 3 crore rupees. Now this, when the people had paid 80 to 85%, and the work of 50 to 60% was completed with only the superstructure there, and all the intricacies, the people were thinking that they have lost the investment. When they came to us, they came with the 5 to 6 people initially, and we took a movement and we said, no, let us form an association of allottees. They heard me, listened to me, they took my advice. Then what we did is we did a social media, try to contact the people. Believe me, we all could get 100 allottees on the same platform. It took about 6 months. Then we went to RERA. We made an application that this is a stalled project. And to tell you honestly, RERA was not ready to touch it. Why? Because Mehul Choksi is such a notorious man and the entire world is after him. And how can RERA do something? Fortunate enough, RERA could hear us, understand us, and we could get one contractor into picture. And we said this contractor will complete the project. And under that understanding, RERA handed over the project to Asho allottees and to that contractor to complete. Lakshmi Infra, a contractor came in, and believe me, in the last, in the year 2019, we got the judgment. Sorry, 2018 November, we got the judgment of with us, and we were supposed to. In the month of December we applied, and somewhere in July 2019 we got the judgment from RERA, and it was supposed to be completed by November 2019. But believe me, today the project is 95% completed. Lifts are installed, they are working, electric meters is put. Believe me, to get an NOC from the ED was not an easy. We got an NOC from the ED to start the project. We got the NOC from the electric department, MCGM, and today the people are so happy that their investment of 3 crores are intact, each one of them. So you can understand the level in which the level of satisfaction that we have. Similarly, why I'm saying all this, why Dilip had raised all this, reason being, we need to be practically knowing as to what is happening in the industry. Now there are 3,800 projects which are left. They can take a view from what we have done for Mehul Choksi's project. If such a difficult project could be done, then rest of the project can be simply done. Similarly, there was another project of SRA at Ghatkopar, which was stalled for more than 10 years. The rear portion half was done. The resellable portion was never started. Without OC, without CC, the building was started. That would be demolished. The matter went up to appellate tribunal, and we could get the project started to the Assam allotment. Third thing we did is Adora Enclave. The second one is of Aishwarya Heights at Ghatkopar, Mulund. And third is Adora Enclave at Ghatkopar East. Again, that is a MADA project, which again stalled for more than 10 years. Builder was behind the bar. The project could not be taken up. Later on, we convinced the promoter to come in. We did that. Then another project of Tanvi at Mira Road, 550 flats with 3 promoters, 1 advocate, 2 merchant, diamond merchants. The project was about 55 to 60% complete. People had paid about 90% payment. 3 promoters took the money and they were enjoying. They were not ready to put the money for loading TDR and other things. EOW had arrested 2 promoters. Ultimately, when we went to RERA through the authorities, we could get the permission to start. And one of the promoter who was not arrested, he said, "Don't arrest me. I'm a diamond merchant, but you pay me whatever money due to us and I will complete the project." And that is how the project was completed at Mira Road. Now, recently we have taken up one Nirmal Lifestyle at Mulund. And there also we have filed a consent of matters are again seriously affecting, but definitely we will do that. So this is how you can see various projects which are stalled are in a position to restart. This is what I can give practical tips. Dilip ji, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Enlightening on the practical aspects, which are nowhere written in any books and neither any precedent available in the country. You are some of the pioneer person, professional, and I can say activist. And for the aggrieved people, you are always supporting. Thank you so much. Now, inside of that stalled projects, I would like to share something more. In fact, this is an opportunity for all the professionals as well as for those who are searching some good work. In the pandemic, most of the industrialist or business class people have got impacted. Even those who have put their money in the real estate also have the bad experience. Their money got stuck because the projects are not moving. Most of the projects are stalled. If you look at around 80% projects are not done, only 20% projects are done. And out of 80%, completely 70% projects, if you look at, are not seems to be completed. By our own experience, we are seeing that these projects are really stalled and 50% are completely stalled. This is the statistics if you look at. Out of 30,000 of the whole of Maharashtra registered projects in RERA, and if this is the ratio, last month only 3,800 has been declared as a stalled projects. There can be some parameters by which RERA authorities are taking now steps. They have, as I shared you, 18 such circulars have been issued in the last 2.5 months, which are impacting. Like one of the important part which I would like to share with you is, if you see people, promoters are registering their projects with RERA with the CC compulsorily, then other things required, and they are completing the registration. And thereafter, people are thinking that this is the RERA registered project. Now they have the authority to collect money from the investors. They can sell the flats. In fact, getting CC of the plinth and then selling upper floors, somewhere there is a lapse. But what authority cannot do anything, whatever beyond the act. But they came out with some circular. You have to immediately upload the further CC which you are getting from the competent authority, planning authority. And that is how buyers should be aware. They should see how much CC has been given to the promoter, whether it's worth to buy. If they have got 10th floor CC and he's selling 20th or 30th floors, then there obvious is an inherent risk and one should be aware. And therefore, LOTs should take support from the professionals who are much aware about this. Simply going on the RERA side, so many things are there. How can you come to know what thing you have to do due diligence? And there are investors who are taking support of the professionals. We professionals are competent for advising even to the LOTs as well as to the promoter as well as to the authority. Now, in the recent cases, if you look at, there are various high court judgments which has badly impacted the LOTs who have purchased out of the redevelopment projects. If you see in the Goregaon Pearl case, what happened? High Court has given judgment. The builder in 10 years time, more than 10 years time, did not complete the project. And therefore, society members have the authority to terminate the development agreement. Accordingly, matter has gone to different courts. Dindosi Civil Court, then High Court, then even some of the members aggrieved by the order of High Court went up to Supreme Court. But final outcome of the judgment is builder has taken the authority from the society, and the societies, there were certain terms, builder did not complete all those terms. Therefore, society is right to encash the bank guarantee of 5 crores. Apart of that, they are right to terminate their agreements. And all those things happened in the High Court judgment with detailed elaboration, detailed investigative statements given. Each and every aspects were covered over there. Now, impact is, suppose there were 2 buildings in this, A and B, and those were the sale components were sold out by the builder to third party, LOTs, and those flats were registered. What happened to those registered flats? When the High Court said, okay, when at the request of the society, B wing is little more complete, so we want to complete the B wing and we want to house all the members in this particular building. But there were outsider purchasers, they should be thrown away. There were unsold inventory, society can sell it and get it complete. And those members who were purchased in this B wing, they approached High Court. High Court said we cannot jeopardize this whole scheme because you purchased from the developer. Developer has defaulted, you go to the RERA because developer had the contract with the society and they did not fulfill their terms. Therefore, the rights of the developer is now suspended, cancelled, terminated. Now, developer has no right in this scheme. You can be protected your interest out of the A wing and you can approach the RERA. Thereafter, there was a hue cry in this investment area or LOTs cases where they should go when the courts are behaving like this for the registered LOTs. And now this whatever is there is this because the LOTs have no direct nexus with the society. They did not agree with the society. They purchased from the developer. Developer has lost his rights. Therefore, they have to face the consequences. This is the Goregaon Pearl case. Now, you will surprise similar more cases I will share with you. But RERA, Prathamesh case recently, they have given very bold judgment, going beyond and sharing all the detailed information in the judgment. Ganga Jamuna Society of the Ville Parle, wherein builder did not complete the building and society was going on the same footing like Goregaon Pearl. But the RERA chairman took the stand that the society given the rights to develop the plot to the developer. And during that period, when the development rights were valid, and during that period, LOTs purchased their flats from the developer. At that time, developer was having the right to sell it. And now society's job was to see, oversee and supervise whether the work is getting done in a timely manner. As well as they should have also set a system, builder is not selling disproportionately out of the sale area. And therefore, LOTs were innocent. They are just buying flats out of the rights which is available with the developer. Therefore, the RERA has given the verdict in favor of the LOTs whose interest is now protected. They said, since the LOT has purchased the right from the developer and the developer's rights is now cancelled, no one will pay money to the developer, neither unsold inventory be sold out by the developer to third party. All those rights now shifted to the society. It's the society's responsibility and rights. Both things go together. It is not simply rights come in the society, obligation go to the developer. Society is now responsible to deliver by completing the flat to the LOTs. Because society is also promoter, landowner promoter. Like a developer promoter, society is a landowner promoter. Society cannot escape by saying that we have terminated the rights of the developer. This is a very landmark judgment, and we are very happy that at least LOTs are protected. Maybe societies and those members may not be that much happy, and this judgment is a totally different judgment than whatever 3-4 judgments came from High Court. And let us see what happens. possibly, if these two judgments will be contradictory, then final judgments either go to the bench judgment, because the High Court judgments are one single member judgments and may go to the bench or Supreme Court. Let us see, some drastic changes are expected in coming time. And at this point, I will again request Prabhu sir to share his views, what he think about these contradictory judgments.
And Mr. Hemant Mehta, IBC expert in our team, would like to share some important issues.
Yes.
Yeah, my question to you, sir, is that how far the IBC and RERA can go together hand in hand and complete the project? Because, you know, we had a roundtable conference with Mr. Chatterjee, the chairman and head person of RERA. And we had a roundtable conference at Mr. Sahu also was there, who is the chairperson of IBBI. And we thought about the possibilities of IBC and RERA goes together and, you know, find out some workable solution as regard to completion of project. And they said RERA definitely can, you know, because IBC is a very broad angle. It covers not only real estate companies, but it also covers all the manufacturing and other companies also. However, as regard to this real estate companies, there are many real estate companies who are under IBCs. For example, Nirmal Lifestyle is right now is already been admitted as under IBC. So what do you think? How far the RERA and IBC can go together and you know, find out some solution for home buyers who are seeking for their homes?
Sir, I will certainly give my opinion, and Prabhu sir can add value to this. Say any company which has defaulted are subjected to IBC, and IBC is as of now supreme. That is superseding than any other act or courts, right? But finally, if you look at the real estate matter, if LOTs are also taken on the priority sector, like secured loans, their interest is protected. And in that case, whatever your IBC process is required, you can complete that. And thereafter, where this project will go, ultimately, that project has to come under RERA, and all the process and consequences and the guidelines to be followed accordingly. And obviously, there should be whatever they have, Mr. Sahu or Chatterjee or some learned people might have thought of, because there is no clear-cut guidelines as of now. This need to be resolved. And RERA has also taken initiative. If you see 2 years back, in the year 2019, I was also part of this. Prabhu sir had taken the initiative when he could complete these 6 projects, taken up initiative, and then he represented in Builders Association of India and RERA, and Prabhu sir is also chairman of Mahaseva. So Mahaseva, BAI as well as RERA, they formed the group and they started working on how to get out of such IBC companies having the real estate, as well as those stalled projects or left projects, or those builders who are not behaving like a builder, they are violating various provisions, what to do. In fact, after that, some thought brainstorming sessions are going on continuously, and there are certain consensus, but there are certain rules to be framed by government. RERA themselves may not be sufficient. They are one of the platform where cases can be heard and resolutions can be provided within the 4 corners of law. Law itself does not have any such kind of specific provisions. Then state government as well as in central council, central advisory body, which is already in the RERA, all are must be working on it. This is what as of now I can say. Now I request Prabhu sir to speak on this because he is having much more knowledge about this. Over to Prabhu, over to you, sir.
Yeah, Hemant bhai, your question is very pertinent as far as the stall project and practical aspect is concerned. Now, you may be aware that Supreme Court has already ruled in the case of Pioneers Land Urbans, where they have said that there are 3 laws which is affecting the real estate project. The first law is, of course, Consumer Protection Act, which was there in the year 1986. And thereafter, we have got the latest law, which is of Consumer Protection in 2019. Now, having said that, consumer law is already in existence. It is an alternative remedy which is available. But what is the primary liability which is arising from RERA? Now, the RERA, though the law came in the year 1st May 2016, the implementation started somewhere in the month of 1st May 2017. But the law was prior to IBC. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code also got implemented from the year 2017 onwards. So therefore,
yeah, it was already 2016. The law is has been placed on this in 2016, but it came into implementation from 2017 onward. I cleared my first exam in February 2017.
That's correct.
For an insolvency professional.
That's correct. So therefore, having the Supreme Court having prerogative or having gone through all the three laws, in the case of nearly 100 developers who had gone to Supreme Court when the IBC was amended, making the the real estate purchaser as the financial creditors. Now, having done that amendment, the Supreme Court has clearly said the code will give a way. The code will have its way, which means code will have a superseding effect. Though the RERA, there is a provision under section 89, the RERA will have a superseding, but the Supreme Court has analyzed and said no, the IBC will have a superseding impact. Now, having said these three things, one is an alternative remedy as far as consumer protection is concerned. RERA is the law which is regulating the real estate. However, the code will have its way in the case of conflict of interest. So now, if you are asking me, do we have a standardized formula wherein a stalled project can be taken over? The answer is we don't have. As Dilip has rightly pointed out, there is no standard jacket or the standard rules. Then how it can be done? So each provision has its own impact. I'll just give you an example so it will make you things more clear. B.S. Kulkarni has undergone what is known as IBC. Under the MPID, you may be knowing Maharashtra Protection of Depositors' Interest, MPID. So this is where the EOW comes into effect. Because of this, he has gone behind the bar. He had initiated a lot of projects in Pune and other places. Now, one of the projects where the RERA, what they did, they took over the project, RERA took over, and they appointed a Assuming Allottees. They handed over the project to Assuming Allottees, and the Assuming Allottees are completing the project. But whether the IBC has come into effect, the answer is no. IBC processing is yet to start. So therefore, MPID has started the process. No, the RERA took over and started this process. So if whatever is possible first, this can be taken care. Now, another example, what happened was in the case of JVPD properties, which is again the promoters were behind the bar. Now, when the matter went to RERA, one NBFC, whose project, he said the project has been taken over by NBFC under SARFAESI. Now, what RERA said, yes, if SARFAESI has, the project has been taken over by the finance company under SARFAESI, then naturally the SARFAESI, that is finance company, becomes a promoter. A project cannot be without the head. So naturally the head is finance company. And then it was told to that finance company that since you have taken over the project under SARFAESI, now you complete the project. Similar thing happened in the case of one project at Karjat, which was taken over by Pune People's Cooperative Bank under the SARFAESI. And then they wanted to hand over this project to another promoter. Then the RERA intervened and said, no, you cannot. Because ultimately, if you are doing it, we are there as a regulator. You should take our permission. You should take the permission of the Assuming Allottees. And then only you can give it to the new promoter. And if you are appointing a new promoter, then that new promoter need to absorb all the liabilities of the earlier erstwhile promoter. So therefore, this was another challenge. And now the Assuming Allottees and the Thana People's Cooperative Bank they are now coming together and trying to complete the project. So I just want to give last answer, concluding answer. Yes, if at all nothing survives, then better we go to RERA. And if the RERA does not has lot of complications, and there are so many criminal cases, there are so many creditors, and then there are so many allottees who have a diverse interest. Some are wanting house, somebody wants money. Then the best is go to IBC. NCLT is the only solution. That is a dead end. After NCLT, there is no. So we can start the process with RERA. And if at all we are not getting the required solutions with RERA, then the next course, nothing but we have to go to IBC. Now, if there are some people who are looking at money back, then what is the recourse? Then also they can still, more than 10% of the people should come together as a financial creditor, and then maybe 100 people or more than 10% should come together. They can file a consolidated petition before IBC. The last, if there is only one allottee or two allottee, and RERA is taking its own time to recover the money, then they may proceed to consumer court, and the consumer court has a lot of mechanism to recover the money. So one has to have the overview of all the three laws. And therefore, in the manual that we have published, honestly, let me tell you, we have dedicated 3 chapters for Consumer Protection Act. We have dedicated 2 chapters on IBC. And then, of course, more than 70 chapters on insolvency, RERA, with the different aspects. And thereafter, we have made a comparative chart. And ultimately, we have left it to the readers. We have left it to the practitioners who need to take the view of different law which is prevailing. It should not be that I am practicing RERA and therefore let me go to RERA. No, one has to have the complete overview of the scheme. And then, of course, we have High Court, we have Supreme Court, where the people have gone, as Dilip ji has rightly pointed out. He has pointed out only one law, one case law, that is of Goregaon Pearls. Let me tell you, there is another case of Goregaon, that is of Govardhan Giri Cooperative Society, where the matter had gone to High Court, and the High Court has upheld the termination of the developer. And then the Ashwa allottee was asked to complete the project. Allottee is left in dark, and to recover the money, yes, they can go to either IBC, they can go to wherever they want, maybe consumer court, but buyers were left high and dry. Similarly, SBI Dreams at Borivali, again that had gone to High Court. Now recently, the Honorable RERA has ruled that once the builder is terminated, yes, the society will step into the shoes of the builder, and therefore all the liabilities of the banks, purchasers will have to be absorbed by the promoter. This is again a contrary judgment to the what has been passed in the Appellate Tribunal and the Honorable High Court. However, he has given a different twist to the existing provision. Judicial rulings will come in days to come, and I personally feel the RERA has taken a proper stand, because there all these judgments were not referred. It was an ex parte order. Maybe Appellate Tribunal may set aside this judgment being ex parte order, and we are waiting and watching. Thank you very much. Hemanji, if you want to add something, definitely you can add.
Yeah, thank you, Suraj, Mr. Ramesh ji. I'm extremely sorry.
Yeah,
it
no
is a slip of tongue where I just, thank you very much. And I will just like to say that, whenever the company, in one of the case where I am also insolvency resolution professional in a builder company, we are having a joint venture project at Amarnath, which is consisting of more than 12-15 buildings. So we are also now continuing the same building, because it is under special purpose vehicle, where this company, which is under IBC, is a 50% partner, and the joint JV partner is willing to complete the project in order to avoid all the liabilities under RERA as well as liabilities under Consumer Protection Act, and so that he can complete the project and he can escape the project without liability, even though there is certain amount of losses. Till we are continuing and we are in a position to give flat possession to more than 300 home buyers during last month, and we are completing this project. So definitely, even though companies in IBC, ultimately it has to come under RERA for registration and then other further compliances. So thank you very much for giving insight to the RERA as well as IBC. You can continue presentation, please, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Hemanji. Thank you, Prabhu, sir. Taking forward, I will share one more important judgment which is impacting the redevelopment. Say many of the redevelopment projects, if we all can see, there are people who are, say, most of the members have given the support to redevelopment, and they have passed the special resolution and they have completed all the process. But some of the members are putting hindrance and they are not vacating. They are putting the matter into litigations, and therefore many years are going just to fight back with those members. And now if you see the 12th March 2021 latest judgment by High Court, wherein in the matter of Vijay Ujjola as Cooperative Society, Goregaon, Chirag Infra Projects Private Limited was a developer, and one person, Convenor, he could stall the project for 6 years. Because of one person, the whole redevelopment was stalled. And that was the Mahada project. Mahada, even that matter went to Mahada. Mahada also given in favor of the society. Go ahead, and then they went to different courts, and then finally in the High Court, the High Court has made the responsible members. They said you can't be the person to teach all the other members that you are the wisest person in the whole society. When you become the member of the society, society is the supreme body. You are part of the society. You can't be beyond above the society. This is kind of thing. And then they given some around 1 month's time to vacate the flat. Otherwise, they given the instant order to get it evacuated with the help of the police, and also given instruction to the local police station. If the Convenor go for any FIR or any kind of litigation, don't register that case. This is the kind of order High Court has passed, and these kind of orders were needed earlier. Now, these landmark judgments will give support to those hanged projects which are not going for redevelopment because of few members. Now, if they are complying with all the redevelopment guidelines and they are stalled, not moving forward, and then there are certain societies which are really need redevelopment. They can fall down anytime, but some of the members are putting such hindrance. And after this judgment, you can say the right resolution is there, and anything can be directly taken to the High Court for resolution in a shorter time. Those projects can be started. I once again request Prabhu sir to say something about this kind of redevelopment thing. Prabhu sir, over to you, sir.
See, redevelopment is one very important aspect. We'll definitely discuss further on that. Before that, what is that RERA is trying to bring the impact in the business practice area? How business was getting done earlier, and what type of impact is happening through RERA? Dilip, can you read this slide? And then, of course, I will come back to redevelopment.
Okay. This, can you tell me, sir, slide number? I can see on my.
Yeah, the slide number is 30.
Achha, 30. Okay. Yes, 30. The key impact area business practices, registration of project, registration of all new and ongoing projects, and prohibition on marketing and selling before registering the projects.
See, if we Dilip, you can just go on explaining each of the point. Prior to RERA, the people were launching the project and they were trying to book But now it is not happening. Even before the business practice has to change now. Now, if you want to definitely sell a project, naturally it has to be registered first. So when you say registered, that means your title has to be clear. Third, you have to have a commencement certificate. Without that, you cannot. So that is most of the major activities of title clearance and project is done. And therefore, the business practice has now changed or is going to change. Dilip, are you with me?
Yes, perfectly.
Similarly, how the business is changing in each of the aspect, you can just go on telling them.
Well said, sir. This is I thought it's a known fact now. Last 4 years, people have known without registration in RERA, it means there are certain basic requirements, IOD, CC, and then all approved plans or whatever they have thought of proposed plans, they have to declare well in advance. Later on, they cannot change it. Their rights are switched with this because the RERA is the place. Because earlier what was happening, promoters were changing their projects, their specifications, their plans, which allottees were not aware. They were certainly surprised. Ye kya ho gaya? Humne to kuch aur kiya. Now the builder is saying that this project is going this way. Now, whenever builder is registering their project, they have to declare whatever plans and things they are going to build up, and thereafter they cannot change it without the approval of 2/3 allottees. These are the provisions in the RERA protecting the interest and violation of the provisions. Now, disclosure of the project status, project details to be updated on website of authority, apartments booked, approvals obtained, construction progress. Now, these are the things which has been recently introduced by the RERA, and they want sold, unsold, and registered flats details by way of certain formats already designed in the given circular. And these are the things which will bring more transparency and more clarity for the buyers. Say till now, before this circular came, builders were selling the flats and they were not registering, consider 10% and above, they are bound to register, but some of the allottees as an investor not insisting to register. But what was happening, builder was issuing the allotment letter, but no one is aware whether he has sold particular flat or not. Now, RERA has come out with the circular so that builder has to disclose whatever is sold, booked, whatever flats, and what is unsold, so that the buyer is now clear. He is buying an unsold inventory. He is not buying the double flat the second time. There can be litigation later. No, there will be much clarity now. Now, second point is utilization of funds. 70% of receipt to be used for construction and land cost only, and to be deposited in a separate designate bank account is required. Since beginning it is implemented. Builder has to have 3 accounts. One is the collection account. Whatever out of the allottees fund he is gathering, collecting, he has to deposit in the collection account, and thereafter that 70% fund bank will automatically transfer to the designate account, and 30% will go to the common account, normal account of the builder, where he can utilize anyway whatever he wants. But 70% fund can be transferred to the normal account only when he is completing the cost of construction or land cost to that extent. Without that, he is getting Form 1 architect certificate, Form 2 engineer certificate, and Form 3 CA chartered accountant certificate. They all are checking the records, and construction physical work is being done by the architect, whether the construction is done particular level, and then engineer is certifying whatever materials has been utilized, and the CA is checking all the payments done or things has been put in the accounts, and that is how all those things are correlated. Builders are finding now very difficult to manipulate things, and things are now more transparent, and builder has to spend money first before he withdraws money from the designate account. That is the basic purpose. And earlier builder were taking money first and thereafter they were constructing. In the meantime, they were diverting fund and building were not constructed. That is when the RERA is implemented, that thing is taken care. Next point is promoters' responsibility. Responsibilities towards the obtaining completion certificate, maintenance, formation of society, conveyance deed. These are the things which we as a LOTs were having at the mercy of the promoters. Only renowned builders were doing, and still they were also playing with the LOTs. But after this act came into picture, they are very vigilant. They are trying to comply with that is the checkpoint for developers to manipulate things. Now, whatever promise and approvals they have taken and started the construction, their job is to get it complete, get the OC, and within that time. Otherwise, there are consequential impact. LOTs have the right to go to RERA that this project has got delayed beyond the promised completion date. Now they are entitled for interest and compensation under Section 18, and there are accordingly builders were completing, taking OC, but not forming the society earlier. Nowadays things are different. Builders in the process, when they are in the process of construction, 51% allotments are done. Then responsibility arises to complete the process of formation of the society. They need not wait for OC of the building. They have to start the process for formation of the society when 51% of the number of units are booked. And that is how this matter is also taken care. As of now, if you look at practically, many builders have not completed the formation of the society. Then job of the LOTs is they should approach the RERA authority with this complaint that this is happening, and they will get the resolution. Until people approach RERA does not come of their own. They can come of their own, suo motu also. Until they come to know how they can take action on the promoters. They want discipline in this area. And conveyance deed is again within 4 months of OC. Builder have to convey the land to the society. But this is again gray area as of now. I as a practitioner, I can say I have not seen such kind of neither complaints, neither resolution. Promoters are not done the conveyance in favor of the societies. Might be some small projects they might have done, and remote projects might have done. At least in Mumbai, if you look at, I don't see much of the things has been done. Even RERA is not pushing much about the conveyance deed. But in formation of the societies, they are very particular. They have issued orders. They have even penalized the promoters for not taking action under the appropriate section. 11.1E, that is section under which the 11.4E, builder has to form the society. If now we are going to register agreement for sale, it's mandatory when the promoter is getting 10% and above. He cannot take above 10% without registering the agreement for sale to the LOT. And that is the condition put in the section, so that builders cannot play with the same flat by selling to others, as well as they cannot harass the LOTs. That is the basic intention. Still, there are some LOTs they are facing. I have seen the order wherein RERA has given the order to register the flat in LOT's name within 30 days, and builder did not do. Once again, the LOT reached to RERA saying so, then RERA has the power to register the flat in the name of the LOT. Secretary to RERA has given letter to get it registered in the name of the LOT, and the registering authority has done that. That is what you should know, that this is the change which earlier was not having. Only builder was the person who was to register in the name of the LOT. RERA has big power than promoters. They are the regulator like TRI and SEBI and all. Rights and duties of the LOTs, refund along with interest, that is their fundamental now has become right. If the builder has promised something and they are not fulfilling within that given time, then LOT has the right to withdraw from the project, or they can demand interest, either of these two. Now, so many cases are happening, and they are getting benefited, and builders are now afraid to delay the project. It is their responsibility. Many of the projects got delayed, and then builder came out कि हमको ये sanction नहीं मिला, हमारा ये फाइल वहाँ पे अटक गया, उसमें हमको आने में देर हो गया. Maharera saying that all the technicalities is your responsibility. When you are entering into the construction industry, you must be aware about all the technicalities. These all technicalities, LOTs are not concerned with. You can't say these are the force majeure. It's an extraordinary situation. And because of that, delay has happened. It is nowhere accepted. And similar kind of thing was in High Court also. It's very detailed order has come when the RERA was implemented in Neil Kamal's case. And based on all those things, LOTs are benefited and promoters are now making themselves disciplined. Whatever happened in the 4 years, if you look at new upcoming projects, they are very particular, they are complying, they don't want to be defaulter. And now if you look at the next point, consent of the buyer, consent of buyer for modification, which I already shared in the process of case judgment. Any changes builder wants to do, except minor changes, which are compulsorily to be done here and there something, except those changes, any specification or approved plan change or anything to be done, he has to take 2/3 approval from the LOTs of the project. Without that, he cannot do that. And after doing all those things, he has to approach to Maharera for approval to change it. Without that, if he is doing, he is violating the provisions and he will be subjected to penalty. If you see the next, defect liability period. In this case, promoters, when they get the OC, they hand over the flats to the LOTs. Even thereafter, up to 5 years, they are responsible for any defects in the construction. If within 30 days they are of the complaint of the resident members or LOTs,
he is taking steps to get the NOC restored.
Any query? Hello, madam.
Is now taking steps to
Please raise the query. I'm here to listen you, madam.
Put the video on and feel free to speak.
Yeah, there is some disturbance. Please go ahead, Dilip.
Okay. I think Manojji, you can mute that particular. Okay. Defect liability is that once
one lady had some query. But you can go on. One lady had some query. She was trying to ask some question. But
no, Manojji, actually, it was not a query. She was asking to someone else, and it wasn't.
Okay. There is one question. Let me just read it. Sir, do government projects of residential building come under RERA? The answer is yes. Do the government projects of residential building come under RERA? Answer is yes, because even the government is considered as a promoter. In KDMC projects, affected persons were handed over the project after 7 years. Also, the handover of 22 buildings of 7 stories in a pathetic condition and not maintained. Also, the KDMC handed over the society to such persons who are not flat owners. Also, it is mentioned as a partnership tenant. See, in this case, if the project is of the KDMC, again that is covered under RERA. However, the projects having handed over prior to commencement of the RERA is not covered under RERA, which means the RERA came into effect on 1st May 2017. Therefore, the KDMC project, which was handed over about 7 years back, will not come under RERA. Now they have to take it separately. They can file a writ petition even in the High Court. Yeah, Anand Gupta ji has a question. Yeah, Anand ji.
Our Agarwal sir has given a lot of good detail. One thing you have to understand that after RERA, a lot of discipline about financial discipline, about working of developer have come. And now we have reached a situation that out of the total project, 3,700 project RERA has declared so-called, we can call it abandoned project. They cannot advertise, they cannot sell it. And looking at this abandoned certificate, it is very clear that no financer, no bank, or nobody is going to deal with this project. Now, RERA also has to come out with some conclusive suggestion that the customer who have paid say 50% money, 40% money, 70% money and booked the flat in these 3,700 projects, they themselves also have to come up with some suggestions. They see they have just passed the order and left the people in a abandoned situation, cannot solve anything.
Yes.
Even if we just take 40 flat in one project, see more than 1,60,000 flat will be coming in this abundance project. And what happens to their future? What happens to those banks who have financed to those customers? See, they cannot just only a passing order regulator. They have to go little one step ahead. They have to collect all these allottees, bring it one platform. Then only probably some solution can be worked out. Otherwise, it will be only a paper order and nothing beyond that.
Okay, let me just introduce you. Mr. Anand Gupta is the chairman of RERA and the Housing Committee at Builders Association of India. He is also one of the co-authors of RERA Practice Manual, MARERA Practice Manual, which we have published. So, Anand Gupta ji is into real estate either as a contractor as well as a developer. So, his insights are great. Anand ji, you have raised a very vital question, but let me tell you that more than 3,800 projects which has been lapsed and where the RERA is trying to work out, I would suggest now it is a ball which is in the court of the allottees. Now the allottees need to go and file a complaint with RERA, and the developer should be called upon to explain, and thereafter the matter should be taken into the next level. Now, if the allottees are also keeping quiet and they are not interested in their investment and they are not taking a proactive step, we cannot ask the MARERA to take action. MARERA is there to guide us.
But Rameshji, here only I differ. I say that these 40, see, in one project, these 40, 50 people or 100 people, they have got nothing common. They do not know each other. So it is very difficult for them to assemble at one platform. It will take years together to even form some association. Or why RERA cannot?
Okay, Anand, okay, Anand, can you just
can you turn your video on, please? Anand, can you turn your video on? It will be nice for everybody.
Video has been closed from your side. I'm unable to put it on.
Okay, carry on. Okay,
Anandji.
At this stage, I would like to say that it has happened in the case of Metallica Industries versus SBI, which is an IBC case where more than 389 the gala holders were under the stake, and we could be in a position to make them together and propose a resolution plan. And now it is at the project. It is Kandivali, at MIDC, near MIDC, and they all came together and proposed a resolution plan, repaid the entire debt of SBI, which has been agreed at some haircut, and thereafter they could be in a position to form one company, special purpose vehicle, and now they are carrying on the entire work. Now I think the project is as 85 to 90% complete. So it is not that the home buyers cannot come together.
They
can come together with some platform.
For two projects, it may be happening that people are association of allottees are being formed. But in most of the cases, it is not getting formed mainly because, first of all, the customers are at different locations, different towns, even they may be outside country also. And why is RERA cannot, as a regulator, by its own, take an initiative to form their association? Or
okay, Anandji, can you answer me one small question, please?
Yes, sir.
Now that we are on the debate and discussion, Anandji, can you answer my one small question?
Yes, sir.
Are you a part of the self-regulatory organization, Builders Association of India?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if the Builders of Association of India is a self-regulatory organization, can I ask one small question once again? Is it not possible for your people whose projects are lapsed to give a list of allottees to the MARERA? Is it possible?
It is not that easy because the first of all.
Then why it is not easy? Please tell me why builders whose projects are lapsed cannot give the list of the allottees to the RERA. In spite of RERA passing an order of more than 200 projects to give a list of the allottees to RERA, your own builders have not given the list to the RERA.
This is lacuna in the whole system. A very fact that these projects got certified abandoned after the due process of law by the RERA. The developer probably was a little helpless and not in position to get even formal extension and comply the requirement. Now here exactly is the question, if at all we want to protect the customer, the RERA has to come as a leader, as a captain to unite these people. See, even if I give you the list of those developers now, the very fact that developer has not come forward is the fact of the matter. It is the fact of the matter. Otherwise, this.
Okay. Anandji, I request your one commitment on this platform. Now that we are all close friends, I request one commitment from you. Is it possible, being a self-regular organization, can you take out a circular asking your members whose projects are lapsed to hand over the list of the allottees to the RERA so that RERA can take it forward? Is it possible?
We can make this exercise. We can make this exercise, but I'm
Excellent.
sure this exercise is not going to be that easily successful. This is what I appreciate, that looking at our own member, our other associations member, this is what is happening.
Hemanji, what is your take on this? Now, if the builder who is booking the flats is telling me that I cannot give the list of the allottees, and how an allottees can come together, and how the RERA can bring the allottees together, tell me, Hemant.
Sir, actually, I can comment about IBC. Under IBC, there is a provision for authorized representative. Now, I am authorized representative in 4 companies where there is a IBC proceeding which is going on. We have the buyers from not only in India. We have buyers from abroad, like someone is from Dubai, someone is from UK, someone is from UAE. Like various people are there. But we are conducting the meeting in a systematic manner on Zoom. And we are, taking opinions of all the buyers who want to join this exercise and want to contribute towards, this resolution process. So we could be in a position to get all the informations combined, and we could be in a position to, resolve the issues about the home buyer in a decent way, I can say.
Yeah, thank you very much, Hemant. Now Arif has got some question. Arif, can you talk? Arif Sheikh. Arif has raised a hand. Yeah, Arif. Go ahead.
Hello.
Pucho.
Sir, I just wanted to check that. I just asked about the KDMC project effect of the which doesn't come under RERA.
Yeah. Dekho, KDMC, which is about 7 years back, will not come. If it is a new project which is started after 2017, it will come under RERA.
Sir, it is an old project that is in 2012. But I just know it is coming under RERA or not, I don't know. But I just wanted to ask that there was a project affected flats given, handed over, and the MMRDA constructed a bridge, and after that they constructed the flat and handed over to us after it was lying for 5 years. Condition of the building is so pathetic now that we can't afford to.
It does not come under RERA. It does not come under RERA. Okay.
So can you help out how to guide us?
Yeah, you can take down the in the chat box. I have put my number separately. You can discuss with me. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
9820106768, or you can email the detail in rsprabhu13@gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Because that is the way we can do, but otherwise it is not possible. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now let me come to the next question. Bakul Desai has asked, are the SRA projects covered under RERA? The answer is yes. SRA projects also covered under RERA. However, they have to be from the sale portion, not the REA portion. The sale portions are covered under RERA. Okay. The next question is also possible each of the flat buyer got contact detail of each other. See, Bakul Desai, I am again saying, this is a big challenge. When we were doing a project of Mehul Choksi, getting 100 buyers together was a big challenge. When we were doing about 550 flat owners of Mira Road, it was difficult. What we did? We formed an association, we gave a public advertisement, we made a video, social media, and then we also went to press. With a lot of efforts, slowly reaching to the various estate agents who has introduced the, the allottees, and that is the exercise which took about 6 months. And unfortunately, we have to do that exercise because the developers, as Anand Gupta ji has rightly pointed out, are not ready to share of the allottees. So Manish Sanghvi has a question. Before RERA, said building is occupied in 2013, but builder is not doing anything for getting OC. Manish ji, can you switch on your audio and ask the question?
See, actually, it's my friend's building. He occupied since 2013. So before RERA regime, now builder is not doing anything for getting OC. So what to do now? Where should we complain?
Yeah. See, not giving a OC is a criminal act. So therefore, you can go to civil court, you can go to criminal court, you can go to consumer court. These are the 3 legal remedies available to you. However, as far as I being a chairman of Maharashtra Society Welfare Association, we are already represented to the government, and we had a series of meetings with the various authorities, and shortly we are meeting the Chief Minister also. And most probably an amnesty scheme is going to be coming very shortly. Shortly means in next 2 to 3 weeks, you will expect an amnesty scheme for getting the OC will be introduced by the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai. And we are working on that. And today evening at 5 o'clock, we have kept a study group meeting. And those who want to give their input, I will be sharing the link also with the Manoj Alimchandani. And people can definitely join that study group meeting where we have invited the PIETA's president, PIETA's past president. PIETA means Practicing Engineers Architect Town Plans Association. And so many people are going to join that. It will be my request that what is the reason, Manish, why a project has not got a OC, all that you can give. And RERA, this government will come out with a scheme waiving all the conditions, and the society without getting convinced also will be able to get a OC. So this is what we are thinking. Yeah, Bukol has another thing. Some legal provision compulsion under relevant laws must be there, compelling builders to give full contact details. I agree with you, Bakul. Gujarat has a provision that what they do, they take the contact details of the allottees, and it is one of the requirement on quarterly update. They have to give the update. Right now, Maharashtra does not have that provision. Maybe in future, Maharashtra also may come out with that provision. So, second question of Bakul Desai. Most of the builders make very one-sided agreement. Bakul, can you come on the line and ask the question, please? Unmute and ask the question. Bakul, are you there? Okay, I'll ask the question. Most of the builders make very one-sided agreement, and any buyer is aware always is mercy of the builder. Generally, he will not do any time, resource, energy to fight with the builder. Yes, this is a valid point, but we cannot do anything. If the people who have put crores of rupees, they want their house, they should come together and start legal process. It's a due diligence which the buyers are not doing, and because of which things are going from bad to worse for them. So when you are, buying any vegetables or anything, we look at various aspects. And when we are investing crores of rupees, we do not go through all that. Bakul, yes, you are right. Is there any standard agreement? RERA has set up a committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Vijay Sadbir Singh, who is a member of RERA. And we are expecting a standard format to be modified shortly. Builders are doing their own format. Now, new format is expected very shortly. Dilip ji, you can go ahead with the further discussion on the presentation, which we have. Yeah.
Yes, sir. If you see the last one, real estate agents, a requirement of the registration of real estate agents with RERA authority, registration number to be ported in every sale facilitated by them. Apart of that, RERA has tried to make real estate agents disciplined. Earlier, what we were seeing before RERA, real estate agents were marketing the products in the market, explaining things which were really not going to happen. And now they are made responsible, whatever they are saying. If something is recorded and saved by the prospective buyers, and based on those things, if they buy, then agents are also responsible for whatever they are sharing with the annuities. Agents now are made disciplined. They should share only whatever real picture is there. They cannot share whatever they want just to sell the flats and earn whatever they want to earn from the promoters. And this is what the real impact areas of the business practices. And Prabhu sir, I think some of all the slides are not required. I think whatever cases, practical aspects we took now, that were, whether it was in the slide or not, were important for our listeners. I know this platform, they are highly accomplished professionals. They are leading CFOs, they are seniors in various industries, they are practicing chartered accountants maybe. If those things are there, then only in 2-3 minutes I can summarize the whatever is required by the chartered accountants in practice. If you suggest so.
Yeah, but go through this slide now. See, we have talked about business practices. Now let us look at business processes. If we are talking about business process, where the business process changes have happened. Can you just go? I have listed about 5 processes. Just go through those 5 processes, please.
Okay, sir. Yeah, legal and regulatory compliances, project approvals, allotment letter, agreement for sale, conveyance deed, quarterly project updates. These are required by the promoters. And now planning and designing, project layout and plan, project specifications, project development works, internal and external, sales and marketing, soft sales or pre-sales, marketing of projects, advertisement and collaterals, project website, real estate agents. If you see the soft sales and pre-sales, where the pre-RERA era, now soft sales and pre-sales not allowed. Project has to be registered first, and after getting registered only then they can sell it. Otherwise, before registration, they can go ahead and construct building. That at that level, registration is not compulsory. If they want to sell even 1 square feet, they have to first register. Even they cannot, they are not selling, but they are marketing. That is also not allowed. They cannot solicit or market the projects which they are coming with. They have to completely first register and share whatever the actual details are there, and thereafter they can market that product. Finance and accounts, cash flow planning and fund utilization, revenue recognition, chartered accountants, verification of fund utilization. These are the things which as a professionals we are doing. Now construction and quality, timely project execution, adherence with quality standards, adherence with project and amenities specification, and defect liability period. Here I would add one thing, say like Form 1, 2 and 3, architect, engineer and CS certificate. In between Form number 2A, quality assurance certificate is also introduced by RERA, and that is to be given by the engineer, which gives the certification of the quality promised by the promoter.
Government या उते गुजरात में थी हुआ by without OC.
Please keep on mute.
कुझु जे करे हुननि जो ॿियूं चार्जेस आहिनि मां उहे चवां ॿुधण में छो नथो अचे.
Now, imperative of successful transition from non-regulated to regulated sector. Effective project planning and budgeting, project progress aligned with the RERA, agile cross functions, teams, hybrid structures, determining optimum registrable projects, appointment of RERA compliance officer, RERA aligned ecosystem. Sir, here I would like to say one thing. Say earlier, if you look at, there were bigger layouts wherein promoters are supposed to register, but what? Whether the whole layout or they can go for piecemeal. Yes, of course they can go for phase in a phase manner. They have the facility. They can split the whole project in particular phases, and whatever phase they want to register first, to complete first and deliver first. That is possible, and based on that, their goodwill can be increased. They can be getting more sales in the phase 2 or 3 based on their performances. That is also possible. In the RERA, such rates of registrations are based on the plot size. If they are registering particular area wherein they are going to construct phase 1, consider, then RERA registration charge of ₹10 per square meter will be applicable only on the phase 1 plot size, whatever they are declaring in the project. And accordingly, these things are larger layouts are there wherein I will again request Prabhu sir to say something more. But before that, I will share here. Suppose there is a larger layout wherein suppose 4 acres of land and 1 acre is phase 1. But all the common amenities the promoter is going to construct for the all four phases. And those common amenities they are going to complete, consider after completing the all 4 phases or along with, not at the stage of first phase getting completed. And in such cases, I would request Prabhu sir to elaborate and give enlightening say knowledge and experience whatever RERA and you are doing in this area. Prabhu sir, over to you.
Yeah. See, thank you very much. See what happens. The projects are developed as a layout. There are layouts of 100 acres, 50 acres, 20 acres, 5 acres, 3 acres, 1 acre. Now what happens? The developers are not in the position to develop the entire layout at one time. Naturally, they will have to subdivide in the various phases. Now, when you are dividing into the phases, you need to give what type of amenities you are going to give. Maybe a clubhouse, maybe a swimming pool, maybe a jogging park, podiums, whatever you are giving, then that need to be a part of that project. So therefore, if you are going to give something which is not registered in the project, that is fine. But if you are not registered in the project, you are not mentioned in the project, and then you promise in your website, you promise in your brochure, that is going to affect a lot. So one has to sit with the promoters, sit with the various professionals and make out a plan before you get the project registered. So therefore, the professionals' insights are going to be very, very important. So with that, I think if there are any questions, we can definitely take up. The Bakul has got another question. Is there any charter legally enacted, specifying all the rights of the flat purchaser and all the obligations of builders developers? Bakul, the RERA Act having 92 sections itself is giving the charter. Section 3 to section 18 is specifying as to what the promoter need to do, what are his obligations. Similarly, section 19 gives us what are the rights of the allottees, what are the duties of the allottees, which are specified in section 19 of RERA. Section 59 onwards up to section 70 talks about the penalties which will be levied on the various people. So therefore, the RERA itself is very important. Now the question comes whether the builder has any such charter. Naturally, the RERA expects the self-regulating organization like builders. There are about 6 self-regulating organizations. They should make code of ethics, code of conduct for the developers. Unfortunately, whatever code of conducts are made by the associations, not necessarily that they will be accepted and adopted by every promoters. So therefore, the RERA has come in place and RERA is taking care of this. Bakul, go ahead.
Sir, I have one question about the larger layout and phase 1 consider. If builder comes out with a plan that he is going to provide common amenities, kind of clubhouse, jogging track or gym or swimming pool or like that, and he is constructing phase 1, right? And he is going to register. So whether he has to give all those specifications as well as the time when he is going to construct, or only phase 1, which is going to completed in consider 3 years time, wherein there will be no such amenities available to the buyers.
No, he will have to give all
the disclose about the whole layout.
Yeah, he has to disclose about the whole layout and what will be the amenities in the layout. He has to give, and by what time he will complete the entire project's specifications. Bakul, you have any other questions? You can unmute and ask. Okay, Shankar has a line question. Shankar, can you unmute and ask the question? Shankar?
Prabhu sir, just wanted to check up with you. This is not related to the regular discussion that's going on. Wanted to seek your opinion on the conduct of AGM for the housing societies for the financial year ending 31st March 2021. Because earlier notifications were limited to the financial year ending 31st March 2020 to be conducted till I think December of 31, 2021. So I wanted to seek your advice on this. Is there any notification that it has to be done before 30th September 2021, or it is valid up to 31st December 2021? This specifically for the financial year ending 31st March 2021.
Yeah, Shankarji, your question is very much valid. And today's discussion, we were supposed to take it little later. However, that you have asked the question, let me answer. See, as far as 1920 is concerned, the government had given the extension up to 31st March 2021. That means up to financial year ending 31st March 2021, we could hold the general body for 1920. Similar amendment is in the pipeline, and Honorable Commissioner Mr. Anil Kavde, we had met last week, and he has already recommended to the government to allow the audit to be completed by 31st December 2021. Like last year, it was 31st December 2020. This year, up to 31st December 2021, audit may be completed, and the general body may be completed by 31st March 2022.
Okay, sir.
So the recommendation has already gone from the Cooperative Commissioner to the government, because the amendment in Section 81 and Section 75 has to be done. It is in the process. Now, because the Assembly is not sitting, we are expecting the ordinance to come in the very short time. And we have already, as I said, a representation was made by Mahaseva, and I had personally met, let me tell you. Honestly, one more day, there's on 16th of this month, that is September, Cooperative Commissioner has also given an appointment to the chairman of Western India Regional Council, and we are also going to meet them and discuss about this. So therefore, you can be very sure that amendment will happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah, very good, sir. Thank you very much. Can I ask you one more question, sir?
Please go ahead.
Acha. Then as far as the elections to the cooperative societies are concerned, for members with members more than 250, the earlier date was that 31st, by 31st of August, it was supposed to, it was postponed earlier, and some notification were to be issued. I do not know whether anything is coming in that direction, sir.
Regarding what?
Elections to the cooperative societies, especially with respect to housing societies, having members more than 250.
Yeah. See, there are two sets of housing societies. A society which has got more than 250 members, that is 251 and above, and housing societies whose membership is up to 250. Okay. As on the date of declaring the election. Now, government had given a stay up to 31st of August 2021. Now, from 1st September onwards, the societies which are less than 250 members can appoint an election officer. That election officer need to conduct the training, get the training along with the society members. That training can happen anytime once he is appointed. That appointment can be happening in the managing committee meeting. And managing committee can appoint any officer, any member of the society as an election officer. And he has to go for the training. The training is conducted by Maharashtra Society Welfare jointly with Sahkar Bharati, which is a government notified institution. You can have the training from us. And in case you need any guidance, yes, Maharashtra Society Welfare is available to guide you. And what will be the training fees? Right now it is 100 rupees per member. Minimum is 5,000 rupees plus 18% GST. And who can be the election officer? Yes, the existing society committee member cannot be election officer. The person who is going to contest the election or propose and second the candidate cannot be election officer. but any other member of the society can be. Now the society which are got more than 250 members, they have to approach the election authority, and election authority will conduct the election according to their election program. Now you may ask, what is the time? Yes, the societies whose terms have already ended, they have given a 6 months time. That means from 1st of September till 28th of February 2022, they have to complete the election program, which means election program is about 30 days. So therefore, by 31st of January 2022, they have to appoint the election officers. This is as per the amendment carried out in section 73AA of the MCS Act. So 6 months time is given. Shankar, I think I have answered all your questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Prabhu,
Can I ask
one question?
Mr. Prabhu, there is one question, very important question, which has come from one of the council members' family. One regional council member candidate, he tried to contest the elections for a society which had about 20 members. And the committee had some issues. A lot of illegal things was going on. So he tried to contest. But main issue is he was not able to get a proposer and seconder. And he actually went and got an administrator appointed. He went to Lok Shahi also. He was very successful. But even after that, there is a cartel and he has expired, and his family members also under distress, but they cannot contest the election to participate democratically because it is difficult to get a proposer and seconder for some people. Are there any resolutions or suggestions or possibilities so this harassment doesn't take place? I am sure you will be aware of this case.
No, Manojji, let me just tell you. If there is a candidate who wants to contest the election in a society, let us say 20-30 members, he should get at least 1 or 2 candidates, one proposer and one seconder. If none of the members of the society are ready to propose him and second him, how many votes he will get? He will get only his 1 vote. And therefore, in fact, in the new rules, they have also prescribed the deposit. The people have to deposit in order to contest the election. The deposit amount is very nominal amount. So, if a person is not able to get a proposer and seconder, I think he should not contest the election, and it is as per the rules. If there is no proposer and seconder, he cannot contest the election.
There is a post for a woman candidate, and if the wife is an associate member, but there is an eligibility, one of the 8 people had to be women. Is there any way out?
Certainly, if she is an associate member, there should be NOC from the first member, and she can come in the ladies candidate. But again, she need to have a proposer and seconder.
So it is possible to make cartels and continue illegalities, and although the administrator and Lok Shahi is in the favor of that candidate.
Manojji, I don't want to comment anything. I can only say that 6th April 2021, the rules have been made. In the rules, it is very clear that any candidate who wants to stand in the election need to have a proposer and seconder. Hariramji, please.
Ramesh ji,
can you introduce yourself? Hariramji, you introduce yourself.
मैं हरिराम चौधरी माँ सेवा की तरफ से भी माँ सेवा और आरटीआई हमारे जायंट्स वेलफेयर के आरटीआई जो कमेटी है हम कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं और आरटीआई फंक्शन कई हम रमेश प्रभु जी के कॉन्फ्रेंस में करते रहे हैं और अब फिजिकल फिर 3 महीने बाद फिर स्टार्ट करेंगे, लेकिन तब से हर महीने ऑनलाइन हम लोग आरटीआई पे सेमिनार करते रहे हैं। तो रमेश प्रभु जी के इस तरह हमारा उनका साथ रहा है। अब मैं ये पूछना चाहूँगा रमेश जी कि जो इलेक्शन ऑफिसर्स की जो पैनल बनने वाली थी वो पैनल कब तक बन जाएगी और वो पैनल की जो लिस्ट है वो हमारे महासेवा के ऑफिस में भी अवेलेबल रहेगी क्या?
Okay. Government has started collecting the applications from the people who want to become a panel election officers. The government has started scrutiny, and we are expecting that panel to be ready in 15 days. It was supposed to be published on 1st of September, but certainly I think it will be published by 1st of October. Now in this panel, there are chartered accountants, advocates, and certified auditors who are in the part of the panel. Now this is going to be published on 1st of October 2021. Now the people who are not having the election officers, and they can fix up their remuneration and go ahead. These election officers are going to be trained election officer from the government. Hariram ji, have I answered your question?
इसके पैनल कहाँ से हम देख सकते हैं? पैनल कहाँ देख सकते हैं?
पैनल आपको महासेवा का वेबसाइट में मिलेगा, आपको अपना ऑफिस में भी मिलेगा सर।
वेरी गुड।
अभी तैयार नहीं हुआ, जैसा तैयार होगा तो आपको सबको मिल जाएगा।
वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छी बात। अच्छा, अभी फिजिकल मीटिंग अपने रेरा की, अपने आरटीआई की फिजिकल मीटिंग आपके कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में कब स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, 50 का नीचे होना चाहिए सर। हमारा कॉन्फ्रेंस, हाँ 20 आदमी है, तो हम 4th Saturday ऑफ एवरी मंथ इवनिंग 5 o'clock हरिराम चौधरी का नेतृत्व के अंदर महासेवा एंड हरिराम चौधरी ये मिलके हम लोग एक आरटीआई क्लिनिक करते हैं, और हमारे यहाँ 25 लोग आते हैं, 20 से 25 लोग आते हैं। तो हम फिजिकल मीटिंग अलाउ किया है, तो 4th Saturday शाम को ये फ्री है, और हर 4th Saturday को हमारा ऑफिस में, महासेवा का अंधेरी का ऑफिस में ये प्रोग्राम होता है। आप इसका फायदा लीजिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू वेरी मच रमेश जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
हेलो,
या
मुझे एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था रिलेटेड टू, एक्चुअली हम लोग का 2019 का जो एजीएम हुआ था, उसका जो मिनट्स ऑफ मीटिंग है, 2020 का जो मीटिंग में, वो एक्चुअली उससे 2-3 रेजोल्यूशंस पास नहीं, मतलब एवरीबॉडी वाज नॉट रेडी टू अग्री ऑन दैट मिनट्स। व्हाट आर द कॉन्सिक्वेंस, मतलब और मैं वो में क्या लिखूं कि इट इज नॉट पास, व्हाट हैपेंस, बिकॉज़ वन ऑफ द मिनट्स वाज रिगार्डिंग एफडी, टेकिंग एफडी। हेलो,
हाँ
आपको सुनाई पड़ा ना?
हाँ पढ़ा ना, बोलिए।
हाँ, 2019 में एक एफडी, एक 4 लाख रुपए का एफडी तोड़ने का रेजोल्यूशन पास हुआ था, लेकिन 2020 में लोगों ने उसको रिकन्फर्म, जो हम मिनट्स रीड करके कंफर्म करना रहता है, वो किया नहीं। तो उसका क्या है, मतलब अभी नेक्स्ट मीटिंग में हम उसका क्या इम्प्लीकेशन क्या होता है अगर वैसा होता है? तो वो रेजोल्यूशन पास रिकन्फर्म नहीं हुआ तो कैसा because one of the agenda of the AGM is always reading minutes of meeting of last AGM and everybody agreeing to it, but now this time nobody has agreed to one of the resolution which was basically regarding breaking of the FD. तो FD तो ब्रेक करके हो गया और यूटिलाइज करके भी हो गया, तो अभी उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या है? मतलब
वही है मैडम, आप बराबर बोले कि एक बार डिसीजन ले लिया, उसका इम्प्लीमेंट हो गया तो मैटर एंड है। अभी उसको कंफर्म नहीं करते हैं, द रेजोल्यूशन डज नॉट बिकम इनवैलिड, रेजोल्यूशन वैलिड ही है।
But any action we can take on the people who broke the FD अगर ऐसा है तो, because members are not agreeing.
क्या एक्शन लेंगे आप?
That the office bearer should reimburse that money or something like that.
फिर आपने डिसीजन क्यों लिया? आपने डिसीजन लिया कि नहीं जनरल बॉडी में? जनरल बॉडी में देखो, आपको रिकवरी करना है, उस जनरल बॉडी में जितने मेंबर्स प्रेजेंट थे, जिन्होंने उसको रेजोल्यूशन को होकार किया, वो सबसे रिकवरी करना पड़ेगा। आप भी प्रेजेंट थे क्या उस मीटिंग में?
मैं भी प्रेजेंट, हम लोग लेट गए थे, बट बाय द टाइम दैट मीटिंग, मतलब दैट पर्टिकुलर रेजोल्यूशन वाज ऑलरेडी पास्ड, बट वी वर प्रेजेंट।
आपको भी उसका समान हिस्सा देना पड़ेगा, और वो देने के लिए आपको कोऑपरेटिव कोर्ट में जाना पड़ेगा और कोऑपरेटिव कोर्ट से ऑर्डर लाना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद वो रिकवरी कर पाएंगे। आप ऐसे ही बोलने से मीटिंग हुआ था, डिसीजन हुआ था, उसके बाद ब्रेक होने के बाद आपने कोई हलचल नहीं किया, अभी नेक्स्ट जनरल बॉडी में आपके उसको जनरल बॉडी का रेजोल्यूशन को आप नकारोगे, ऐसा नहीं होता।
ऐसा रेजोल्यूशन पास हुआ कि पैसा यूटिलाइज करने का बिल्डर से रिकवर कर, मतलब बिल्डर विल रीइंबर्स ऐसा बोला था, तो अभी बिल्डर रीइंबर्स नहीं कर रहा है, तो दैट इज व्हाई दैट हिच एक्चुअली।
उसके ऊपर रिकवरी का एक्शन ले लो ना बिल्डर के ऊपर,
बिल्डर के
Okay.
ऊपर, बट ओके सर।
Bakul Desai, can you unmute and ask the question, please? See, okay, anybody else?
Sir, I want to ask you one question. Sir, this new amended succession certificate ordinance, does it affect the nominee member or a will, the person who has made a will in favor of his son or daughter? Does it affect them in any way?
नहीं, देखो नया लॉ में ऐसा है, if there is a nominee or if there is a will, the naturally the will has to be probated. If there is no will, then you have to create a letter of administration या सक्सेशन सर्टिफिकेट, या कम से कम आपको रिलीज डेट करके एक फैमिली सेटलमेंट करना पड़ेगा.
There is no problem in the family, but the question is, son and daughter both are staying abroad, but I want to make them sure that it goes to my son, you see. So what is the procedure for that purpose?
आप एक तो गिफ्ट कर सकते हो, ड्यूरिंग योर लाइफ टाइम इट विल बी योर प्रॉपर्टी, बट आफ्टर योर डेथ ये उसको जाएगा. ऐसा गिफ्ट डेट करके आप गिफ्ट में कंडीशनल गिफ्ट कर सकते हो. दूसरा, यदि आप 200 रुपया है गिफ्ट डेट के लिए, 200 रुपया, एंड रजिस्ट्रेशन फी भी 200 रुपया है.
ओके, फाइन.
आप चाहिए तो हमारा ऑफिस में पूरा डिटेल ले सकते हो. ठीक है, मेरा नंबर आपको दिया है, ऑफिस नंबर भी मैं आपको मैसेज करता हूँ. 022 42551414 या 25 और 32 ये नंबर है महासेवा का. आप उधर कभी भी आके इंफॉर्मेशन ले सकते हो. ओके.
अच्छा, that is a conditional gift, means after your death it passes on to your son, correct?
Correct. Till your lifetime he cannot sell it, and your position will be maintained.
Okay. All right, that is a fine thing. That's a good thing.
Okay. बकुल देसाई का सवाल है, can the housing society pass a resolution in AGM to give a car parking to those people who are owning the car, but not to any other who may get a car given to his employer? See, parking policy, general body has to decide. And if the general body decides this type of parking policies and you are agreed, you will have to go to the cooperative court and get that parking policy set aside. But otherwise, yes, society can pass this parking policy. Okay, let us go to the next slide.
Yes, sir.
Dilip ji, go ahead.
Sir.
Page number 33.
Page 33, correct. Yes. First of all, sir, we have 136 slides.
Now, what we can do, you can now go ahead with the self-redevelopment slide.
Right.
You can show, you have the slide?
Yeah. I can say I know abundance because आपके साथ रहते हुए कितने 7 साल हो गए सर. You have given everything. Mind is the self-development or redevelopment both.
हाँ, दे दो, उसके बारे में जानकारी दे दो. चलो, go ahead.
वो शेयर करता हूँ. Yes. Still, because my laptop, I have the slide, but I cannot share here because of limitations.
ना, आप वो स्लाइड देख के थोड़ा सा जानकारी दीजिए.
हाँ, मेरा yes, just one second. Okay. First of all, redevelopment and self-redevelopment. Some of the basic idea about redevelopment guidelines and some of the idea about impact of RERA on redevelopment as well as self-redevelopment. I will try to cover up all these aspects in my conversation. There are the first redevelopment guidelines was in 2019, 2009. And then that was revised on 4th July 2019 under Section 79A of MCS Act. And that is applicable as of now. And second, self-redevelopment guidelines, which was came during the regime of BJP, but there was no implementation guidelines. And that is why the self-redevelopment benefits are not available because of that guidelines. Guideline for self-redevelopment was declared on 13th September 2019. And we are hoping that this new government has settled now after taking this pandemic period and all those things. Might be they can come out with some solution, some benefits to the society members to develop self-development. If from the perspective of RERA, if you look at, there is not much difference than the normal development and the redevelopment or self-redevelopment. We can see anything when we see the society as such, they become the promoter. The society's land has to be in their own name. Land should be owned by the society. And then if it is developed by the promoter, then it is the development by the promoter. And if the development is done by the society, then it is called self-redevelopment. Then all the registrations, CC, IOD, all those things are taken in the name of the society. And society then become the owner of everything. They become responsible for each and every aspects, any obligations to complete the building. They become directly responsible for the contractors, architects, engineers, and all the professionals. And they themselves enter with the LOTs, agreement for sale, in case of the self-redevelopment. When we talk about the redevelopment, all the redevelopment means some of the promoter comes into picture. Society has to follow the guidelines wherein there are the tendering system so that all those tenders are evaluated in the sense of the standing, market standing, where benefits of the society, both things to be balanced. There is no need that only the lowest quotation developer should be choose, but more important is that building should get complete. And to get complete, there should be a builder who is having the standing, their track records, their value of their word, and all those things are very important when society is choosing the developer. And now there are benefits of the redevelopment when society goes for redevelopment. Modern amenities, benefits, electronic gadgets are available. When better buildings structures, high-rise building, there may be modern lifts. There can be swimming pool. There can be landslide garden. There can be nice, beautifully constructed car parkings. Earlier in the old buildings, maybe nowadays they may be dealing with car parking issues, all those amenities. And when we development opportunities are available and all benefits are available, lower amount of investments or without investment in the redevelopment, people are getting the new house and they get all clear titles, all the clearances, negligible cost for the infrastructure, all things are inbuilt. Lesser hassle for transfer of the management, and builders are well equipped. They are having a good knowledge of construction techniques. They can very well manage all the things. It's a highly technique-based industry. It's not just anyone can go and construct a building and get it done. There are 64 kinds of approvals needed, and all those requirements cannot be done by simply going into construction industry. And those are requiring lot of their PRO work, their knowledge, their teamwork, consistency, fund, many more things. Now, there are disadvantages also of the redevelopment. There is a risk of there can be lacuna, there can be change in the design and approval plans. Whatever they promise, whatever the period they say in the agreement, might be in the reality we are not getting that on those given period, and it takes a lot of time. It can create legal hassles. People have to struggle. Even there are people who are not having the regular income. They are losing whatever. Even they become roofless. Some people having their pension income and they are not having regular income. Now they have to spend rental income, rental expense also. Initially, some of the societies, developer starts giving them the rent, but after 2-3 years they.
Hello, can you hear?
After stopping to pay rentals, that has now become the obligations of the. Manojji, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Prabhu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Your voice is very low, Manojji.
Mr. Prabhu?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, there is a special request coming from many people. They would like to have a part 2 special presentation for 1.5 hours only on redevelopment and RERA from you soon, because it's a very important subject, very exhaustive subject. And as a part 2 of the continuing series, if you can take up redevelopment and RERA as a subject for 1.5 hours soon at a mutually convenient time.
Okay.
Very good.
That will be better, Manojji. That will be better.
Yeah, we'll announce that soon, and it will happen very soon. They want it as soon as possible as a part of a running series. Yeah, carry on, Dilip.
Then I don't think at this point, in a short, we should discuss. It is itself is a big subject, and it will require a lot of inputs and outputs, right?
We will do it this month as soon as possible. The subject is very hot,
right.
And with there are lots of agreements being negotiated currently by many societies, and they are getting expression of interest also from top developers. In fact, some of the top companies like Godrej, Giranandani's, Rustamji, they have announced that they would like to focus on redevelopment as a core area, including Loda, Macrotech. Your plan in prime cities. The topic very important. We'll have it soon. Yeah, continue your presentation.
So should I continue on the redevelopment?
Yeah, you continue briefly, but we'll have a session soon this month.
Okay. Yeah, how much time? How much time do I have for this right now?
Mr. Prabhu can decide. We have
it's so because the other speakers are also waiting.
The expert and architect of the series on RERA and Cooperative at the Global Multidisciplinary Platform.
Okay. Should I continue, Manojji?
Prabhu, you can announce a date also for the next weekend seminar planned by you. Meet the expert series.
Yeah, we'll do that. Meantime, let Dilip continue for 5 minutes, and then you can, basically difference between self-development and redevelopment. You can take it.
You can,
yes.
Mr. Prabhu, you add on that. You can take another 10 minutes, and then invite Mr. Jitendra, Dushyant, and Manish to share their thoughts. Yeah, carry on. Dilip.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. If we summarize in a shorter time, then from the RERA perspective, say there is not much difference from the compliances of RERA. When any project is registered, then one thing is to be seen. First one is who is the promoter, right? When the society goes for redevelopment, whether by self-redevelopment or by through the developer, then these are the two modes you can say, and then both become the promoter over in the RERA registered projects. Developer become the developer promoter, and the society becomes the landowner promoter. These are the both promoters. And when we talk about how it works, then there can be three options. One is the sharing of the area, or other can be sharing of revenue. These two models, or there can be hybrid of both. These are the three things by which JDA is entered, or development agreement is entered, and that becomes the part of the RERA documents, public documents. And now obligations as a promoter depends on how the development agreement or JDA is drafted, and what kind of responsibilities have been put on developer as well as on the society, and accordingly RERA is taking cognizance of those things. प्रभु सर आपका म्यूट करेंगे. So then the say any litigation comes in future, then that time all these documents are very critical, and therefore such documentation should be properly drafted, vetted by the appropriate experienced professionals, and only then they can be safeguarded with the intent they have entered into with developer. Otherwise सोसाइटी ऑलवेज थिंक कि ये सब काम तो सोसाइटी डेवलपर का है, हम क्यों खर्चा करेंगे, तो इट कॉस्ट्स देम लेटर ऑन. Initially it looks very easy that everything is done by a particular developer, but later on when time comes, it's become very difficult for them to safeguard, and therefore professionals having the good idea about the RERA has become nowadays very, very important. Not only terms and conditions related to some civil matters or something, some litigation. Apart of that, RERA has become the primary things which is to be considered while drafting all those things. Now, about the registration, say builder developer is registering become the primary developer, and he registered the project by way of submitting form 1, 2, 3 means architect, engineer, and chartered accountants, as well as quality assurance certificate 2A with RERA, a part of whatever development agreement or any of the document or supplementary document, MOU or anything has been entered, and form B, wherein they have to declare everything, including when they are going to complete the project. And major difference comes when we talk about the LOTs. Here society members always think हमने भी builder को दिया है तो builder से हमें flat मिलेगा. If they are delaying, can I get the relief from RERA? So there is a difference. When someone is buying, they are protected. When they are coming from the society side, they are not protected as of now from the RERA. Reason being, members of the society are also promoter side, because society is consisting of the members. Members are also landowner promoters on behalf of the society. Therefore, whatever promise they have got from the developer, if the building is not completed or delayed or something promised not given, or possession, OC, anything, all those whatever we have shared in the beginning of the RERA presentation are applicable to LOTs. Only LOTs can take advantage of it. But there is some deviation if we talk about the society members, they are buying some additional area or some new flat, still in spite of they becoming the member of the society, still they are protected. They become now for this project as a LOT. In this additional area or some additional flat, they are protected as LOT, and accordingly they can proceed, and promoter is responsible for them. If as a RERA perspective, if you see timelines, whatever builders are promising to deliver, this should be very logical. If they go for consider a smaller project, maybe 10,000 or 30,000 square feet area, so they should give the reasonable time, maybe 2 years or 2.5 or 3 years. They cannot give 10 years time for completion. And even if they give, then no one is going to buy, because they will not trust कि इतने लंबे time तक हम क्यों खरीदेंगे. but there are projects where period of completion may be much longer. Still, one can buy because of the larger layout of the plot. And secondly, when we talk about investments and other things, about the promoters, they bring in the fund, they are complying, and they are organized, disciplined, and time to time quarterly updates are needed. Every quarter, builder has to upload whatever new permissions got, some further CC received, whatever they have to upload through the CA certificate, how much amount has been collected, how many flats has been sold out, how many parking areas have been booked, and all those things are for the purpose of transparency. Those things has to be uploaded on the RERA website, and those are public documents and visible for the LOTs before they take decision about to purchase the flat in particular builder. And builders are also supposed to upload litigations about particular title of the plot, if there is any title or case going on, or whether anywhere, and those has to be disclosed. If they hide it, then there is a consequence. As you know, section 59 up to 70, there are penal provisions. Those accordingly will be penalized. And society or other people will not publicize and solicit for the marketing, for sale, or buy or anything to do in this property without having RERA registration. Basically, all those things are as good as normal projects, and some differences which I shared for the LOT perspective. Professor, I think basic things are this only.
Yes, sir. Now you can request, other speakers to come. Thank you very much for giving both of us an opportunity. Manoj, thank you.
Prabhu, in the next session, right from the appointment of a structural auditor to the BMC classification and the project management consultant, expression of interest and evaluation of bids and the risk factors, cover this in details in your usual style. You're always ready with latest developments. Mr. Kothari?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everybody is looking forward to your deep insights on insolvency issues. First, you talk in respect of builders and debtors, your perspective, and also for handling personal, not only of the builders, but also on the rich and famous, you are handling and the latest developments, particularly section 99, section 100 for NCLT cases, which announcements have come in the last few weeks and what we are expecting also in the coming week. Very, very
yes, sir.
Important for all builders, RERA, and also in case of there's a company.
I prepare for the personal insolvency of corporate debtors.
Yeah, and
basically, I'm not cover the RERA and all these things, and renowned expert of cooperative law, RERA expert Ramesh Prabhu Sarji, and other speaker Shri Dilip Agarwal ji, Shri C, and I also give my sincere regards to CA Manoj Alim Chandani ji to provide me this opportunity and his word of encouragement and support. I also recognize the presence of insolvency professional and CA Hemant Mehta ji and other coordinator. On this auspicious day, it is better start with our session with the blessing of Lord Ganesha. So Ganpati Bappa Moria, now with the blessing of the Lord Ganesha, I will brief introduction about the provision of the insolvency of personal guarantee to corporate debtors. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 is continuously and the developed are the taking place and the effectiveness of the code. The introduction of the personal insolvency of the personal guarantor to corporate debtor is a milestone in the journey. Chapter 3 of the code is relevant to the insolvency resolution process of personal and the central government had notified the IBBI insolvency resolution process, personal guarantor to corporate debtor, regulations 2019 by notification dated 15 September 19 and IBBI notification dated 20th November 19. And it has been effective from the 1st December 2019. After this is happened, the constitution validity of these notification has been challenged in various high court by the many personal guarantors. All such the big names is there. So all the cases is combined and the Supreme Court of India has taken all the matter and announced their judgment dated 21st May 2021 in the case of the Lalit Kumar Jain versus Union of India and others that the impugned notification is legal and valid. The main point of the constitution validity of these notification has been approved by the Supreme Court of India. And it is also approved that a resolution plan related to a corporate debtor does not operate so as to discharge the liability of the personal guarantor to corporate debtor. Their guarantee is still waited. So after this decision, all the banks and other financial institutions looking for the filing of the cases against the personal guarantor to the corporate debtor. These are the recent change. And now the bank and other institution is looking for the RPs and other professionals to the filing of the cases against the personal guarantee. So the regulations shall apply to the insolvency resolution process for personal guarantor to corporate debtor. It means if any person is given his personal guarantee for and on behalf of the corporate such as a companies and LLP and other person incorporated under any law for the time being, this chapter is applied. For the personal loan, these chapter is not applied. You have to go for the DRT and other mechanism for that. So the question is coming that who can initiate this process of personal insolvency. So first is applicant himself or an application by the debtor himself. So section 94 of the code is provide that the debtor who commit a default may apply either personally or through the RP in form number A with the prescribed fees of the 2000, and a copy of the application should be served to the financial creditors and the corporate debtors all. Section 95 provides that the creditors may also apply either for himself or jointly with the other creditors or through RP to the filing of the application under section 95 in form number C. This application also served to the personal guarantor also. There is need of submit some documents and some informations also because in form B, demand notice need to be served to personal guarantor before 14 days. So the applicant, in case of the creditor, he required some disclosure of the outstanding debts in the demand notice in form number B and serve to the guarantor with the request of the unconditional payment of the unpaid debts within 14 days. And in case of the debtors is failed to provide the money in the 14 days, he should file a case under section 95 to NCLT. This is the personal insolvency is the different case as a CRP. So in 95 or 95, if the case is admitted, the appointment of the insolvency professional is the coming into the picture. So the first of all, the insolvency professional, who is the eligible for that? So independent of the guarantor, that is the one condition. Subject to the any no disciplinary proceedings and the any other order by the IBBI or IPA, which is the professional member of this, and does not represent any party in the resolution process. These are the three main conditions for the RP for the eligible for the personal insolvency. Then RP confirmation or written consent in the form A is also required to submit to the authority. And after that, IBBI share data with the authority, and authority can taken from this in the 7 days. He nominated an insolvency RP for an insolvency resolution process. Replacement of RP is also possible by through the debtor or creditor, as the case may be. It is required to, if they require to replace the RP, they may approach to the NCLT. And the replacement is again the process that where the NCLT confirm with the board regarding the replacement within 10 days. And then the approval in the meeting also. Withdraw, in that case, one case, withdrawal of application is also possible. So withdrawal of application before admission, only the applicant made this request. But if it is admitted, then the committee or the creditors of committee, 90% creditors is agreeing for withdrawal, then it is possible, and they need to file the form D for that. So after that, once the insolvency application is filed to NCLT, interim moratorium period will start. So the debtor is advantage of that any legal proceeding, legal action against the debt shall be deemed to stay, and the creditors and shall not initiate any legal and the proceeding in respect of the debt. So debtors is got this interim moratorium that after the application is filed and is accepted, this is the benefit to them. After that, NCLT, this is the very different point in the personal insolvency, that after this appointment of RPs happened, and NCLT wants a recommendation from the RP that within 10 days of appointment, that this case should be admitted or rejected. So now the RP's function is a start, and he may to take informations from the creditors as well as the debtors. From 3 days, within 3 days, applicants serve a copy of application and other documents to the RP, and within 7 days, this is a time-bound manner, and RPs required some information, seek explanation, everything from the 7 days from the debtors also. And after that, within 10 days, he give his recommendation to the NCLT that this application should be rejected or it should be accepted. So on these recommendation in section 99, RP have to submit within 10 days of the appointment. So, and this is also a challenging job that RP also find that if this case is not eligible for the fresh start, and he submit the report. Basically, as per guideline, the admission and rejected, once the RP submitted the application, the NCLT have within 14 days from the date of the submission of the report, NCLT should either admit it or reject the application and issue a order under section 100. But as you all know, that is the recommendatory for the judiciary. It is not a compulsory one. So judiciary will take their own time to decide that this application should be admitted or is rejected on the basis of the recommendation of the IP. There are the concept of the DAD counseling and other things also. But if it is suggested by the debtors, then it is happened. Otherwise, RP cannot take their own view on that. So once the section 100 notice is passed, there is again the date is identified, and there is a 180 days window is started. So again the legal action and the proceeding should be stay. Creditors also not initiate any legal action, and debtors shall also not transfer, align, and dispose of any his assets or his legal heir or the beneficial's interest there. So after section 100 notice, debtor is also restricted for all these things. Then the process of the claim is a start. There is a window that issuance of the public notice for the inviting of the claim from the creditors within 7 days of the order of section 100. And this public notice should be at least published in the one English and the one vernacular newspaper in the state where the debtor is existing. And it is also on the website of the NCLT and the premises and the NCLT. These publications should be affixed. So after this, the claim processes start, and within 30 days, the date of notice that the claim and all this thing is taken, and the best estimation of the claim by the RP, and any changes in the claims should be intimate within the 2 days of the changes to the NCLT. So after that, the on 21st day, there is also a very different situation in the personal insolvency as compared to CRP process. In CRP process, the meeting of the creditors is the mandatory kind of the things, and everything should be discussed in the meeting of the creditors. But in this case, the meeting is not mandatory. It is a recommendation of the RP that it is required, that the meeting of creditors is required, but the reason he should place that why it is short, it is not required to meeting of the creditors. In case of the meeting of the creditors, there are certain rules. So we RP should be follow the same, and according to the due meetings. And then the concept of the repayment plan is considered in this. So there are the terms, debtors is come with the RP, and with consultation of with RP, the terms of the repayment plan, implementing schedule, then the how much amount, dates, and what is the resolution plan cost, and how the minimum budget, how he's arranging the finance, all things be discussed, and a repayment plan should be put in place to approval for the repayment plan by the creditors. So the repayment plan report submitted to creditors for their approval. Creditors may approve this, reject. Modification is also, but if they can modify the plan, they should be consult to the debtor also. And after this, the notices and all this thing is be given to the concerning creditors and all this thing. Once the repayment plan is passed by the creditors, it should be submitted to NCLT within 120 days. And copy of the repayment plan also provided to guarantor and the creditors also. And NCLT may direction for the modification and other things also. But if it is happened, then everything is go as per the plan. The repayment plan has been approved by the NCLT, and it is also submitted to board also. Board means the IBBI. After that, some in resolution repayment plan, if it is failed, then the creditors also goes to the bankruptcy applications, and they are free to go for that. And there are restrictions on the purchase of the assets from the certain persons also. The RP cannot directly involve or buy any assets in this process. Any professional appointed by the RP, they are not eligible for the buying anything. Creditors also not eligible for the buying without the permission of the A. Any other guarantor, creditors, promoter, directors, and any associates of the directors, they are not eligible for the buying of the assets. In case of the such purchases and the acquisition is made, authority may set aside these purchase and acquisitions and other order also as they may deem fit. So in case of the breach of the repayment plan, RP should fight the within 15 days knowledge of the failure and issue a notice to the guarantor. Report of the failure to the creditor within 7 days, and he should be file an application to the A and report that the repayment plan happen failure. So after that, if it is reporting to the NCLT debtors or the creditors, as the case may be, whose claim under the repayment plan have been not fully satisfied, shall be entitled to apply a bankruptcy order under chapter 4. So the NCLT shall also inform to the board also regarding this. Once the if the applications by the RP and A to the applicant authority, and he consider that all the things is fulfilled, he can issue a discharge notice also. And discharge notice before that, the RP should submit a report that all the things has happened and the discharge should happen. So after that, discharge order is also issued. There are standard practice of the conduct of RP is also there, sir. Under section 120, provide that the RP shall perform his functions and duties and compliance with the code of conduct provided under section 208, and the functions of the insolvency professionals function and where the insolvency resolution, it shall be to taken such area necessary. Every insolvency professional shall abide by the following code of conduct to take the reasonable care and the due diligence to compile with the requirement and the terms and condition specified by the bylaws of the insolvency professional agency, allow to inspection the records, submit a copy of the record, and the performance of such manner as the considerer specified. I think the
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can Mr. Hemant Mehta contribute his thoughts to a very important?
Yes, yes. I just finished within 1-2 minutes. I hope the participants
Yeah,
have
you can finish it.
benefited
You
with
can
the
finish, no problem.
knowledge and subject to the due shortage of time. I am not unable to answer questions, but you can send me the questions to the personal insolvency to my email ID and WhatsApp, which I share to in chat box. Thank you very much. And Mitchami Dukram, over to Hemant sir. Hemant ji.
Mr. Dushyant.
Yeah, Jitendra ji, very nice overview on personal insolvency.
Yeah, it is very shortest.
Yeah.
Of timing is there.
Yeah, just my question was that only when we file Form A as a give a consent to personal as a to act as a resolution professional of personal guarantor.
Yes.
Sometime it may happen, adjudicating authority under Section 97 take a power to appoint some other person as a resolution professional.
Yes.
In spite of the affidavit under Section 95 being filed by the financial creditors or creditors to the adjudicating authority along with the application.
Yes.
So it has happened with me in 2 cases where I have already given my consent to act as a resolution professional in personal guarantee, but adjudicating authority appointed someone else only.
Yes.
So what exactly you have to say about it?
Basically, sir, there are provision about that, and the IBPs already share the insolvency panel, insolvency professionals panel every 6 months with the NCLT, as you are aware.
Yeah, I am also a part of that panel, but still, my appointment has not
but
made.
it is the choice of the NCLT that how they are going to and how they select the people from the list. So it is 100% their wisdom in that. But the IBBI is sharing the panel list, and at the time of the taking of this panel list, their IBB is already taken the permission or acceptance from all the insolvency professionals that they can accept all these things. So their confirmation in the Form A is already given. So on that basis, NCLT is taking the their wisdom and taking the suggest or select some RPs from this list.
Okay.
There
As
is
regard to
one more thing is I highlighted because it's a close discussions, and there are 2-time IBBI sharing the list, but unfortunately every time AFA requirement is also required. So most of the IPs having these difficulties that they are either 6 months they are not on the panel, or they are coming in the next 6 months because of their AFA is not validated to the full period of the December or the January to June. So
yeah, I think that issue has been resolved now, I think, and
it is
has
not
been already,
resolved.
Yeah.
It is not resolved yet, as far as my knowledge.
Under recommendation, and I think it will be getting resolved very soon.
Yeah,
because
right now the status of it is the one applicant IPs file application in Supreme Court, and the result is awaiting order is not passed by the Honorable Supreme Court right now. So basically,
even all IPAs has also suggested. All 3 IPAs have
yes,
also suggested
yes.
about the change which is required to IBBI.
Yes. Because this time also almost 1450 IPs not able to implement for this panel. And it is the much, as you know, that how many IPs right now, it is the very good number or very big numbers.
Wonderful. I would like to acknowledge Vandana Dodia, candidate has joined to take the blessings of Ganesha today in this important webinar. Lots of issues of the rich and the famous are being discussed. Dushan, some thoughts from you? Then I think Vandana would share some thoughts.
No, nothing much from my side. Good afternoon, everyone. जितेंद्र जी, एक जनरल मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि सी इन केस ऑफ माल्या, if I know, it is purely a case of personal guarantee, right?
No, sir.
See, all the amounts due are due from the company. Why he is coming in the picture is because he was a guarantor.
Malia case is something different, sir.
What exactly? I mean, if you can just throw light on that, because I don't understand one thing. When other IBC cases, there is a haircut of some 60, 70, 80, in some cases more than 80%. And why in his case, all the banks and everyone wants to recover each and every paisa?
No. If Critus has got this opportunity and he is having the money, they are not going to give the haircut for that.
No, he is having money that is in a personal capacity. Here is the question is that his airlines as a company was bankrupt. Now, because he was a guarantor, then his personal assets and all are.
In that case, UB is giving the guarantee.
No, I think I'm not clear on that. That's why I just wanted to hear from
you. His shares and other things is given for the guarantee. So therefore, his holding in the UB shares is taken by the bankers and the ED also.
Can I just supplement to whatever he says?
Yes, sir.
Actually, this case of Malia has happened prior to IBC era. If you recollect, somewhere in 1995, 96, which was 2000. Sorry, not 1996. Sorry, 2015, 16, 15, somewhere 14, 15. It has happened, and IBC came into picture only in 2016. But in case of Malia, each and every assets of the which was belonging to Malia has been taken possession by either EOW department or by some banks or some other department. So assets were in possession of these creditors or EOW department. So now that is being getting sorted out. Even though there are certain companies which are, Malia was having some stake. For example, UB Engineering, where already the initial IBC proceeding has happened by virtue of Section 10 of the code. Section 10 is talking about application by the employee or by the shareholders or by the director management of the company, where they are they feel that they are unable to pay the debts and they themselves want to go under IBC process. So in a case of UB Engineering, it has happened where employees themselves went into the bankruptcy court, and then it has been declared as a bankruptcy case, and now it is under liquidation. So that is what exactly to my knowledge.
And personal guarantee case is applicable from the 2019 only.
Yes, so everything was now Malia was
already his assets is under different agencies.
We have many. Can you hear me? We have many international cases in international courts. The names of Chokshis, the Malias, Ambanis, many other rich and famous names are involved. So this was discussed in detail. What will happen? Would people get money in all these cases? Ambanis and Chokshis. Malia, of course, 86% has been recovered by sale of shares. And we discuss about this property real estate sector also. And Ambanis have promoted companies in housing finance sector, in financial sector also, right? Home Finance Limited, which also NCLT cases pending, we have been discussed before. Some thoughts on that?
Manojji, since I involved with one of the case and the matter is sub judice, I can't comment on anything.
Manojji, what I can say is that only if the assets are in possession with the respective government agencies or financial creditors, whatever is realized out of those assets can be recovered, and then with appropriate haircut, everyone will accept as a, by court order or something, by order of the NCLT or by order of court, 96%, 90% or 80%, whatever the case may be. But definitely it will be with the haircut, and people are right now absconding out of country, and they are being sheltered by some other countries. So the treaty between these countries are being triggered. So as and when possible, Government of India will definitely bring back them here, and they will try to initiate some certain proceeding like bank personal guarantee or some other cases, criminal cases or whatever cases under which they are falling. So as on the date, this is the status.
Very good insights, particularly due to Ambani cases and all these rich and famous cases. Promoters are very wary of giving personal guarantees now, right? Earlier days, the personal guarantee was prepared by the compliance department or the legal team, and they would sign. I was just told to sign, right? Some affidavits have been given. So now the fine print is to be read. So the value of professionals like Mr. Jitendra Kothari goes up multifold, right? Read the fine.
Right, sir. Right.
You are right, sir. That promoters now aware about the facts that the personal guarantee can also revoke, and banks and the other financial institutions behind their personal wealth also. So that is a big thing, and everybody is fact of this, that everybody is afraid for this, that because personal thing is very much needed for promoters. So that is the thing, sir. In business losses, they
actually,
are aware that ERP processes there.
Mr. Malia's advisors, or is it advisor before Satish Sheth asks any of his colleagues to sign a document? The fine print is very important. Fine print is very important. That's the professional knowledge, competence, practical insights are very important. Experience in NCLT, experience in corporate world, experience in recoveries, right?
Manojji, I have seen the days when all the bank chairperson or all the bank MD used to sit in the waiting room of say Ambani's or say other listed companies MD to take say 100 crore from my bank. You please kindly take borrowing of 100 crore from my bank, or take 200 crore borrowing from my bank. The scenario has almost changed now. So, initially there was I had seen those days where, banks were requesting the big corporate to take some part of debts from their bank, so that, they can have a big chunk, say 100 crore, 200 crore, which is being given to those corporates.
Right.
So now the days has changed.
Competition to grow. And incidentally, a couple of days back, there was a Supreme Court judgment in terms of recoveries. Delhi Metro case order has gone in favor of one of the Ambani Group company, Reliance Infra, and Reliance Home Finance is also connected because Reliance Infra has given a corporate guarantee of 3,000 crores in terms of over 30 companies, where Grant Thornton is involved as a forensic auditor. It has been widely reported in the media. So interesting insights. Any thoughts on that? It's a part of a running series. So Jitendra, wonderful insights. Keep on covering updates. Please tell us what happens on Tuesday and during the week. And Manish, on the real estate sector, there is a fundraising by Indiabulls Housing Finance, right? 1,000 crore NCD, 200 crore with a 800 crore green shoe option. How is it doing? Can we have a deep dive, point by point insights from you? And then we'll have Hemant, Jitendra, Dushyant, Ramesh Prabhu, and others add their value-added insights.
Can you hear me?
Ultimately, we talked about fundraising. Hemant, this is how fundraising is taking place. It is on. Roadshows are on. Even today, some funding discussions are happened before the allotment is done next week. Manish?
Yeah, sir. We can discuss the same for 5 minutes. Then there is a time for food raising for our body. So we have to take a break.
Right. Yeah. Manish
Yeah.
and Vandana, you are there
Can
with
you
your
hear me?
3 songs.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah. I just share my.
Yeah, while you're loading, is Vandana and Sanjeev there? Can they share some thoughts?
Sure. Hemantji.
Yeah. We can hear you. Please continue.
नहीं co-host बनाइए ना सब
हाँ जी,
co-host
एक मिनट,
बनाइए हाँ
हाँ जी, एक मिनट सर.
Sure.
Manish ji. Your name is Manish only, no? Because
Sanghvi.
you're not.
Yeah. No, Manish Sanghvi.
एक मिनट. Then I think here there is a Manish Polga.
No.
Manish.
Sanghvi.
Just a minute, sir. Just a minute, sir. Just a minute. Yeah. So now you are a co-host. You can continue. Yeah, we can see the screen.
Yeah. 1 minute. Yes. You can see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I just went out. Okay. See, India Bulls. This is our standard. We are discussing on India Bulls housing NCD issue. These are our standard slides. This is our digital team standard disclaimer. India Bulls is established in year 2000. India Bulls is one of the largest housing finance companies in India in terms of asset under management. The company has a diversified financial portfolio with services offered in housing finance and loans against properties to salaries and self-employed individuals and micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. The company also offers mortgage loans to real estate companies. As on March 31st, housing loans and non-housing loans makes up 65% and 35% of consolidated AUM. Company is very big since the pan-India presence with 135 offices in 92 cities. Almost there are 1,363 direct sales agents and employees, and there are lot of other indirect employees are there. They also have a e-portal for customer acquisition. They are coming with an issue size of 800 crores. Base is 200, self is 800. Plus they have some green option to have a more subscription. This is a simple chart like the different rate of interest, tenure, annual, cumulative, monthly, this kind of interest they are offering. The maximum yield you get at around 9.75%, which is 87 months NCD issue series. Company financials are good actually because companies have a AUM or assets of almost 93,000 crores, and in net income is around 10,000 crore, and profit after tax is around 1,200 crores. But compared to 2020, 2022, profit has become 50%. In March 2019, profit was more than 4,000 crore, which has come down to 1,200 crores in 2021. So company is going downwards. Let's see, because of pandemic, the results have gone down. So probably they have made a more provision in FY20 and FY21. The subscription rates till September 9 was like this. They had institutional 3.17 times subscribed, whereas the retail portion is just 0.62 times subscribed. So overall subscription is 1.41 times. We can see now the retail investors are not interested in NCDs, maybe because of defaults made by basically debt market issues people read in the newspaper. So people are not interested in subscription of NCDs basically. This is the reason I believe.
Now, Manish,
yeah,
keep the slide on.
Mm.
Now it shows huge response to by institution 3.17 times.
Correct, correct.
It was only 200 crores, green shoe of 800 crores.
Yeah.
And the company has announced incentive of 0.25%. 0.25% is huge in terms of debt markets. And on 600 crores, with huge subscriptions, 1.5 crores up for grabs just by doing a few phone calls. Why company is giving an interest of 9.75% when Bajaj Finance is raising interest, cost of funds is just 7.1%. Earlier they were getting at even below 5%. Why is the company paying so much interest, and who pays the interest? Ultimately, the company belongs to the stakeholders.
Correct.
Commodity investors. Is it that there was a sudden institutional spike interest, or earlier they were cautious about the company and they were asking for repayments? Listed NCDs were at a discount. Will the NCDs go at a premium?
So if you say
in the future, what is the view of interest rates offered by the company of the panel, and your expert views would be very interesting. Of course, the retail people awareness is not there. The distribution chain is not very strong. So they are operating in a secondary market. And we all know about the listed NCDs of Reliance Home Finance. They are quoting at a deep discount.
Yes.
These bonds are, they went below 500, below 400. At one point of time, even below 300. Of course, liquidity was very poor. And we wonder about it, but indeed a very good opportunity in case of Indiabulls Housing Finance. You mentioned a very good rating also.
So rating is good, but I tell you my experience, I was buying some NCDs from the market. If you study the NCDs of L&T Finance or Mahindra Finance, or even they are at a very good premium. Whereas if you buy Shriram Trans, they are at par. And if you buy ECL Finance, this Edelweiss NCDs, you will get a return of almost more than 10%. So it's, I would say, the high risk, high return, low risk, low return. Because if you buy L&T Finance today, NCDs, you will get around 7.5% return yearly basis. Whereas in case of ECL Finance, it is more than 10%. So ultimately, because I have studied all ECL Finance or Edelweiss Finance, the ratings have gone to negative. That is the reason. I personally, this is the reason why retail investors are not taking interest in buying NCDs these days. Otherwise, I have seen in earlier days, even ECL Finance, on the first day, 100% subscription was happening in case of retail portion. You can see after 4 days also, it is not getting. Correct.
ECL also offered a very high interest rate.
That is why, correct.
And they were able to get money from Franklin also.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So any query or any discussion on this?
Can you show the series wise coupon rates?
Series wise coupon rates are 8.75 to 9 to 9.25 to 9.75. That effective yield is like this.
So this is unsecured NCDs, which is
So-
9.75% on annual basis and monthly 9.35, right? The company has been
Right.
widely on the Reliance Group media channel CNBC TV 18 on a regular basis. CNBC TV 18 is earning a lot of money. That's also it's a Reliance Group control channel.
Yes.
9.75% annually they are advertising the highest rate, which is unsecured. So why unsecured?
Which is unsecured.
Why unsecured NCDs? Why don't they have full security of at least 2 to 3 times? What is the security in other secured cases? Is it enforceable?
It's not.
Everybody knows what happened in Reliance Home Finance case. They are also secured. And at one point or time, over 1.5%, 1.5 times.
But this is the reason now NCD issue doesn't come up. Correct.
And what really happens, suddenly impairments happen at the end of the quarter as a shock without any knowledge of the investors or stakeholders. Suddenly impairments happen and then they blame the auditor.
Correct.